What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to take a moment here to thank you guys for your continued support and tuning in to Throwback Thursday every single week right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel. We have gone through half a year of content so far from all of our different partners: Simple Man's Brand, J. Hebert Studios, NoDQ.com, the Jeff Meacham Network, and of course, stuff from the vault and the archives right here, the Casa D18 Studios. Continued bringing you guys stuff like the Indy Force podcast, the ATW View, Stat Boy Rants, the No DQ Review, Talk Wrestling, Dads on Wrestling, Renegade of Wrestling, etc. We've said goodbye to some shows. Hearty Conversation unfortunately didn't last long, both in real life or rehashing it. There was only a few episodes of that ever. I know that Double Down with Double A is about to start dwindling itself. I think there's only a couple episodes left of that. But I am just so appreciative of the support that you guys have been showing to me here at the Casa D18 Studios channel as we continue to bring you this retro content. I hope you guys will continue to tune in as we bring out some more classic content right here in the Throwback Thursday slot over the course of the next 26 weeks. And I hope you guys enjoy reliving these memories just as much as I enjoy presenting them to you. I'd like to take another moment here to just once again thank my partners in this venture and thank Aaron Rift over at NoDQ.com. Thank James Hebert at the J. Hebert Studio and FTW Productions. I'd like to thank Noah Foster over at the Simple Man brand. And of course, Jeff Meacham over at the Jeff Meacham Network. Thank you guys for allowing me to continue bringing my fans and my viewers this classic content of not just stuff of mine here on the Casa D18 Studios, but of your guys's as well. And I hope that you enjoy what is to follow here today on Throwback Thursday.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Hello pals, Alyssa Marino here, and as a friend of Parker Kane Promotions, I am super excited to share the awesomeness that they've got in store for you this November at WrestleCade. You'll be seeing the world-traveling Capital Championship Wrestling Global Fighting Champ Rebecca J. Scott, a rising star who's been featured on Ladies Night Out, MCW, and more, the stunner Emily J., an internationally traveled talent who you've seen on NXT UK and Stardom, Angel of the Ring Zaya Brookside, and NWA World Women's Tag Team Champion Chicago's sweetheart Missa Kate will also be appearing live. It's all going down WrestleCade weekend in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You can catch these stars brought to you by Parker Kane Promotions on Saturday, November 25th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And be sure to stick around for Ladies Night Out the following day on Sunday, November 26th. You can get your WrestleCade weekend tickets at WrestleCade.com.
The Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from A Simple Man's Brand.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go. Owers and tastemakers make us no chaser. Gets the blood flowing like a fucking pacemaker. Cut the middleman and inhale the vapors. Madman, old 10 Don Drapers. Cut the jukebox on, make the woofers blow. We gon' sit here until all them heifers go. Holler at the tens and spend a little dough. Not on them, no, they can buy their own drinks. That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go. Make us no chaser. Gets the blood flowing like a fucking pacemaker. Cut the middleman and inhale the vapors. Madman, old 10 Don Drapers. Cut the jukebox on, make the woofers blow. We gon' sit here until all them heifers go. Holler at the tens and spend a little dough. Not on them, no, they can buy their own drinks. Take that work week off.
Got the, I forgot to change the, I was in such a rush, I forgot to change the goddamn audio properties. Anyway, we are live officially now. So everybody should be able to be heard. God willing.
Are you sure, Adam?
Yeah,
Are you sure, Adam Peer?
Yes, everybody's heard.
All right.
We are live.
Okay,
Noah,
start this off.
Go ahead. You said you wanted to start it off, Eric, so start it off.
Welcome everyone to ATW View / Rundown crossover event. And today I'm going to make James go into a passionate rant right off the gate.
Off the gate? Oh, you can't do this to me, man. I'm not even
right
prepared.
away.
Right away? You gotta do this to me right away? Alright.
Watch this clip of the Bianca Belair interview. I told you something happened with Bianca.
Oh, okay. Is this copyrighted or am I good?
I have no idea, honestly.
Okay, we'll take it by chance, but I pray that we'll be good. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. All I gotta say is when I meet athletes, I'm like, put some respect on her name. You know, but it's really cool. Like for when I had the main event with at WrestleMania 37, I was like the first black woman to be able to main event at WrestleMania.
Did you notice something she said?
Yeah. What?
She kept saying, when I had the main event at WrestleMania with yada yada yada.
Oh yeah, because she couldn't.
They had
mention Sasha. Yep.
And I just said you could almost picture that gun being pointed at Bianca's general direction if she would say Sasha's name.
You know what? You probably expected a rant. Let me just talk to you real quick. I'm not surprised. What company are we talking about again?
The WWE.
Exactly.
The Fed.
Exactly. The Fed. Are we surprised that they're gonna be petty about this bullshit? The intro gives me Saved by the Bell Breakfast Club vibes. LOL. Hey yo, JJ, what's up, bro?
Yes.
Anyway, can you give us a proper introduction, Noah, if you could?
Okay.
Because you run both shows pretty much. You're the host of both lately.
I'm not sure how I got put into this driver's seat, but I'll do my best. Ladies and gentlemen, professional wrestling fans and friends galore, welcome once again to another ATW View Wrestling Rundown crossover 2, where we are about to bring forward to you all things wrestling, from Slammiversary to the Forbidden Door to the madness in WWE and so much more. But I digress. With me, of course, the Wrestling Rundown crew and part of the ATW fam too. Allow me to introduce you to them. First off, he is the Birdman, Owen Finch. He is, in my opinion, the head honcho for the Wrestling Rundown and so many other YouTube productions too. And it's great to have him on this forum, and he's the biggest Undertaker fan you will ever meet and discuss the Phenom in your life with too. Owen, how are you?
I'm doing well. Looking forward to talking to some wrestling and trying to go to 3 wrestling shows in a week because wrestling's going to be en masse for 3 shows. So I'm trying to go to all of them.
You're going to all of them? Are you crazy?
Respect.
I love it, but damn.
I am.
I feel broke.
I mean, to be fair, in 2019, I saw Ring of Honor Summer Supercard, NXT TakeOver Toronto 2, and SummerSlam back 3 straight days in Canada. Happy Canada Day, by the way, to all of my fellow Canadian professional wrestling fans and friends and workers in the industry. But I digress. Speaking of which, we talk about all things wrestling. Well, wrestling has its ups, its downs, its cool moments, negative moments too, and also all sorts of news. I bring forward the better of all things news. My great friend representing Into the Wrestleverse and so much more, Eric, representing Neo Reality. As the name says, Eric, how are you? You already gave James a reason to maybe raise his blood
Yeah, I
pressure.
probably have another reason, but let me just start this off poetically. Jeff Hardy pleaded not guilty.
Oh, no. No, I know. He's getting 5
Yeah.
years. He's getting 5 years. He's already...
Thank God justice prevailed for once in this corrupt system known as the American judicial system.
Agreed.
Not trying to talk about politics.
Amen, brother. I couldn't say it any better myself. Thank you.
Look,
Please get help, Jeff Hardy, please.
Owen, he's gonna get help. He's got no choice now. That's what it's coming
Sometimes
to.
you got force. You got force on that will to change.
Even Tony Khan was like, "Look, you just started my company. If you screw up again, we're done."
Yo.
And that separates the fan from the well-aware man. Respect, Tony Khan. Very proper steps taken.
Proper step you had to take here. We also have a new guy before you even introduce me. Why don't you introduce him?
I was actually going to him, but I feel like I should tag you to introduce this fine gentleman to the forum for the first time too. So please.
You don't want to do that, but okay.
And maybe I should just do it myself because all I know is he's got a wit of charm, a little bit of wit, and I've already engaged with him during AEW Rampage, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Cheers to you, my friend. Welcome to the forum, folks. We simply call him Jack, but I'm sure he'll tell you more about himself, too. Jack, welcome to the ATW View, and how are you?
Oh, hey, how's it going? My name is Jack. Let's just shoot names that we're going by, but I'm Fire Lord Kuzon. I've been on YouTube for a little bit. Big wrestling fan. I wouldn't say like as much of I don't really go as deep as like a lot of probably as much you guys do. But I'm big Japan guy, big weeb.
I see.
I've been around James for ages, so
yeah.
New Japan Pro Wrestling is one of my top 2 fixes of all time, man. So I get that.
Yeah,
and
big Johnny Ace fan.
I don't know if you can say that lately with what he's been doing behind the scenes.
I'll have you know.
Where's the $3 million person that I need in my office
he
right
lost
now?
His company phone, so he lost his company phone, so I'm pretty sure he's pretty much all
No,
gone.
he did not.
I have it actually.
I'm happy.
Can you hear me now? I'm waiting at the back door. Can you hear me now?
Got to move to another company. No, I'm really happy to be here. No, it's cool. I like meeting new people, and it's been a while since I've done. The last time I've ever met like new wrestling fans is probably like 2016, 17, James.
Yeah.
Like, the last new person I ever like met that was new was probably
Hammer is probably right.
Grapple Vision.
Oh yeah, no, Tonka. Yeah, Tonka saw. Yeah.
Well, I met him before. Yeah. So it's I'm trying new things here. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's all you can
brother.
try and do as a fan and as an individual too. And of course, I remember Hammers when me and the gentleman I'm about to introduce once did an edition of my AEW Spark that I now happily gave to Owen to basically reinvent how Tony Khan is basically rebranding, reinventing Ring of Honor. But speaking of that, you talk about branding, you talk about reinventing, you talk about creativity. This man does that and so much more. Leader, founder, brainchild of Weymouth Youth Wrestling and so much, including FTW Productions. James Hebert. Hey, yo. James, good to see you once again. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. Very, very fun Rampage tonight. Good hour of wrestling. We just did if you guys want, cheap plug, we actually did a watch-along. So after you're done with this stream, go check out that watch party. I think it was pretty good. I mainly did it as like a test to make sure that things would be smooth sailing as far as streaming would go. Right. Everything went off without a hitch. So if you want to check that out, we had a good time. Kuzan over here was like the life of the party. Everybody was cracking up at his wit. So definitely check that out. I think that was a pretty fun watch party. So give that a watch.
Moonlight's really cool too.
And shout out to Moonlight. Yeah, and shout out to Moonlight Mirage bringing her own charm and insight as a casual, as you put it, to James, to AEW, having the time of her life. I absolutely love hearing and feeling that energy because that's professional wrestling.
Damn it!
Absolutely.
You goddamn right.
I digress.
Now, real quick,
and go ahead.
Before you say anything, also shout out to C Troop 19, which by the way, cheap plug, you could also see my Let's Play Button Mashers of NASCAR Thunder 2004 season mode. So if you're interested in it, go check it out. First part's up there now. I'm hoping to do more parts, but I kind of want friends to see me play, so that way Kuzan and I are kind of similar in that I kind of need people to just kind of bounce off of to have a good time. So if people want...
So let me see if I get this straight. You want me to induce rage-inducing madness while you're playing a video game, right?
No! That's not what I want. That's not what I asked, Eric. That's for ATW View only.
No. That's reverse psychology. So clearly he wants that.
No, I don't want you fucking assholes. Every one of you. Every one of you. I run this. I'm streaming this. Why you do this?
I really appreciate the fact that you all give like James grief because I've been doing this for years. It's hilarious. Finally, someone understands my goal.
I got some good news for you about Baron Corbin from what he revealed about Vince, what he did to him.
Oh, wow. Okay, we'll start it off with this, and then we'll go into like general wrestling topics because not just here, but on. For those who are uneducated, I've been talking about this on Open Mic Night on Jeff's podcast. I've talked about it on the Indy Force. I think I've pretty much talked about it everywhere. I think I even talked about it on Kuzan's stream.
You talked about it on the chat.
Yeah, so
Corbin... You really did that, huh, while I was playing Wrestling Empire.
Yeah, because like Vince ended up showing up and somehow I brought this up. So Baron Corbin is like straight up just getting abused. There's really no other way to put it. And he had to kind of justify it by saying, oh, it's just Vince, it's what he does. And we're talking like this dude was like smacking him in the back of the head and shit and whatnot. And he was, he's just, it's intimidating, but at the same time, it's like a father figure. And I'm like, no, that's an abusive piece of shit.
Can I bring up a really weird point?
Go ahead.
Well, I got something interesting.
Well, hold on, Eric. Okay. Let Kuzan bring up his point. Go
I was fine with him just flowing. That's fine. But like an example of this would be like Titus. He would always vibe around Vince all the time, and then all of a sudden it's not okay to do it on TV as well. And then he got he got suspended for how long?
Yeah, 60 days, I think it was.
So like
that incident.
I remember that.
This is the same thing.
Vince was being lenient. Triple H tried to convince Vince, no, you cannot fire him for that. Do not fire him. Just do anything else. Just don't fire him.
Yeah.
But I don't
suspend him.
Yeah, now he's been in purgatory for purgatory hell for years, even though he's their
he's been doing like
ambassador.
charity stuff, right?
Well,
he does community stuff. He's a community leader for WWE.
Precisely my point. This guy should be your top babyface of the fucking company, and instead you have him in jobber purgatory.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck? Anyway, Baron Corbin, go ahead. What happened to poor Baron?
So after Vince's removal of power, for at least a temporary time, Baron Corbin came out and said, yeah, if Vince wasn't my boss, I would have struck back.
He says, I'll kill him.
I wonder why. Everything that I've been saying, like, I literally said if I was in his shoes, I don't care if I lose my job the next day. I'm socking him one in the mouth if he ever touches me in a physical capacity. Go fuck yourself, you douchebag. Seriously. Like, you don't do that in a professional environment like that. You just don't. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that he's saying stuff like that, especially considering the fact, keep this in mind, too, Baron Corbin could legitimately destroy Vince if he even pushed any further than he did. Do we need to remind people this dude used to be a former fucking amateur, not even amateur, I'm sorry, Golden Gloves boxer.
Golden Glove boxer.
This dude's legitimate.
I've seen this man's like barbecue grill. He's literally putting dead animals straight on this thing.
Yeah!
And just going, this is a Saturday night for me. I'm like,
he is...
Mate, you didn't even, like, skin that thing. What's wrong with you?
It's crazy because if he wasn't my boss, I would have... Why didn't you? You had every justification to. He provoked you. Bad. Like, I'm sorry. Like, here's the problem with Vince. Right? And I've said this for years. I can't even believe it. We might as well go right into Hush Money in the Bank just because it flows nicely into it.
I mean, we don't have to go
seriously,
chronological. You want to start with the crazy shit, go for it.
We'll go right into Hush Money in the Bank in a minute, but, you know, shh, by the way, shh. The problem with Vince is, and I think Eric is the one who actually brought this up in this exact verbiage, he runs his company like it's a frat boy party 100% of the time, every time, instead of running it like a businessman taking care of business. You know, and like, that's the truth of the matter. Like, that's the heart of the issue.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And by the way, look at the, you know, we're talking about calling Money in the Bank Hush Money in the Bank now. Look at that whole situation and that scandal. That's living proof of that. Like, you know, did we not learn anything from the Activision incident? Just saying. God.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear what Activision did? I don't know if you mentioned this on your Indie Force podcast. They said, okay, after an internal investigation, we have concluded we have done nothing wrong.
Yep. Yeah.
We looked at ourselves and went, nah, we're good.
Yeah, we're fine.
We're okay, man.
Everything is fine. Insert flaming background and dog drinking coffee.
Yep.
Also, as we head into Money in the Bank, I do have an update. John Cena's big return, it's ruined.
Let me guess, injured?
Really, how?
Yeah.
Or Hollywood.
You want to know how it's ruined?
It's either injured or Hollywood said, nah, mate, you ain't doing that.
They said this. Okay, John Cena, we kind of have a plan for you for Hollywood down here, so if you do the Austin Theory match next year at WrestleMania.
Nailed it right on the head. Yep. Nailed it right on the head. Hey, that spells a great omen for when The Rock is supposedly coming.
Yeah.
But as we keep saying, James, he has nothing right now booked all the way through to, sounds like, WrestleMania.
Hey, listen, same thing with Punk. You and I have the same method with Punk, though, Noah. I'll believe it when I see it.
Damn right, because I don't read anything. I watch it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, it actually happened.
Go ahead.
Zach, and speaking of craziness, Jordan Devlin came out with a tweet, and he went and committed blasphemy.
Oh.
Do tell.
He says Tanahashi couldn't lace his boots.
Ooh.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Can we get this match?
I'm sorry.
Dude, can he leave?
Please.
Can he leave that purgatory that is World Wrestling Entertainment and go to Japan and challenge the Ace? Irish Ace versus Japanese Ace? Please. Please, the billing writes itself.
James, did you hear about... let's get James going again. Did you hear that they've rebranded Jordan Devlin and he has a new ring name now?
Oh no, I know. Listen.
If you go to that NXT, that's the very first.
Hold on. Apply to what we do for Walter. His name is Walter. To what we do for Jordan Devlin. We are calling him Jordan Devlin because fuck the other name. That name is fucking dumb. So
what's the other name? I actually haven't heard of this.
Okay, you guys can go ahead and say the name. Let me just take off my headphones. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't scream.
Isn't it JD McGough or something? I don't even know because I'm not.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Not my NXT. I don't know.
It could be worse. I mean, like at least they knew who he was, as opposed to what happened with Drew Galloway a few years back.
So wait, what's the name?
What's the name?
JD McGough. Isn't it JD?
JD. So Jordan Devlin.
JD Jordan Devlin. Okay.
JD McDonough.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Is that like an actual like Irish mythology thing?
Oh shit!
I have no idea.
See, that's a thing, right? It's like these are things that people need to like look into, because like, no, like you had to have Finn Balor explain his name,
right?
Because Finn Balor comes from these two names in one, right? Mm-hmm. This is coming from an Englishman talking about Irish mythology. People are gonna hate me so much. But like, if it does come from like Irish mythology, then cool. I don't understand why you don't just have. I don't know why you just don't have like that be like a middle name then. You know,
I don't know.
Like,
they haven't explained. Yeah, they haven't explained why he has this name now. He just has it. His gimmick's not any different, really, I guess, but that's TBD though. That could change once he gets on TV.
It'd be hilarious if he requested it.
It's NXT. Just saying.
Yeah. All right, we're done talking about that.
James, how's it going?
Oh, perfect.
Okay, James, you all right, fella?
Yeah.
I'm doing great. I'm just making sure my WIW Instagram wasn't
gambit. I have one gambit to make James really go into a triggered move.
Bro, why would you do this, man?
Bro, hold on. All right,
Eric is the agent of chaos.
He is in this group. He is, but hold on,
Eric. Gato, bro, that's messed up.
I do beg you. I do beg you, Eric. Hold off on this next piece of news until we get through some of the Money in the Bank, because we do have some things to get through. Noah, speed run through
disaster.
Yeah, speed run through this god awful bullshit.
Okay. The best way to describe it, this is what happened on SmackDown, because WWE has
it relates. Okay, go ahead. I didn't know it related.
So WWE had SmackDown tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is not at all a shot to another company or anything, but they said we're gonna have a good old-fashioned battle royale to open the show.
Gee, I wonder if there was another thing doing a battle royale of sorts tonight on
one was taped.
Wrestling.
And one was taped.
Yep.
And that one was superiorly better.
It was.
So they naturally had all the part, and they alluded that there was going to be the seventh challenger was going to be determined in this match. All the challengers were in the match, in the Battle Royale. Okay. And Baron Corbin won.
That's hilarious. Considering what we were just talking about.
Oh, he's not done. He's not done. He's not done yet.
How is this possible? Continue.
He's not done yet.
Ultimately, it's been revealed since after the Battle Royale. Oh, by the way, we're not actually making him the Money in the Bank competitor. We just did that because we had nothing better to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have something else in mind. They announced they're planning to do Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin at SummerSlam.
I already saw that coming.
Wait. So he won
a Battle Royale.
He won his right to compete in the Money in the Bank match.
Oh
no, he did. No, he did.
It wasn't for the Money in the Bank spot. They just false advertised lie to us.
So he was just in a Battle Royale where he got nothing from it?
They announced.
So wait. Okay. What happened?
Hold on.
What happened? Here's what happened. So he won the Battle Royale. He did an interview backstage, and you thought he was going to be in the Money in the Bank, and then I think it was right in the beginning of hour 2 of SmackDown, or a half hour into the show. It was Happy Corbin, Ezekiel, Madcap Moss and The Miz, they all were complaining about the fact that they wanted to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. They all gave their reasons for it. You know, Happy Corbin said he won the Battle Royal. He should be in it. Ezekiel said he should be in it because he was supposed to face Kevin Owens anyways, but he couldn't be there. The Miz said, like, he wanted to be in it because he traveled
former
all
Money
this
in the Bank
time.
winner. That one actually makes sense.
No, here's what Madcap Moss's reason why he wanted to be in the match. He was just happy to be there. Like, that was his fucking reason. That was so stupid.
Your gimmick's been stolen. Big G of no DQ, your gimmick's been stolen.
Okay, so what you're saying basically, Owen, is Vince McMahon and or WWE, because they're all out of order, be on that fuck shit.
Yeah, so they did a fatal four-way match, and Madcap Moss won the right to compete in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
So Madcap Moss is banking.
So what is the idea? Are they gonna do a? Is it like a team thing? Because like Madcap Moss and fucking I'll just call him what his name should be known as, Riddick Moss, and Pat McAfee used to be in the NFL together, even if they were in different teams.
No. As far as I'm aware, Pat McAfee challenged Baron Corbin for a match at SummerSlam. Baron Corbin has yet to respond, and we probably won't know until after Money in the Bank since it's tomorrow. Uncharacteristically weird.
This is such haphazard.
What a work! It's crazy. It's the best angle in wrestling.
Not a good work either, or a work with a lot of intelligence.
This is like
Go ahead, Jack. This is like
it's I don't know, man. Like, I think the main issue I'm having, if it is true that they advertised that this was supposed to be for the spot, and then they just ripped it from underneath you, like, I don't understand why. Like, why would you advertise that and then take it away?
Well, you see, this is the thing. WWE lately, since WrestleMania Backlash, have been taking liberties with the card subject to change. You see, remember when they announced that they were going to be a title unification match?
Nope.
Yeah, indeed. They were never planning to do that match at WrestleMania Backlash, wasting about 2 to 3 weeks worth of content. So
yeah,
you falsely advertised it, and you falsely advertised Brock Lesnar when you knew he wasn't going to show up for the show. And then you advertised it for Money in the Bank, which you knew he wasn't going to show. So I'm surprised that WWE somehow got away with class action lawsuits.
Boy, is Kevin Nash booking now? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, exactly, right?
What's happening, bro?
And then at Hell in a Cell, the false advertising was they changed the Raw Women's Championship match three times before the match actually happened. But it was going to be Bianca versus Naomi, but then they walked out. Then it was going to be just Bianca versus Asuka, and then they just added Becky Lynch to the match any damn. So they changed the Raw Women's Championship match 3 times.
Okay, well that one was partially because of the Sasha Naomi debacle.
All right, so
yeah, but not 3 times though. He could have only changed it once.
That would be smart. That would be smarter. I'm just saying.
It would be. Hold on.
That would be smarter.
So real quick before we continue with this, boys, I just want to do this quick little plug real quick. JJ, since it's only been you and I doing this DM, I'm showing this. But I want to plug this merch because I'm sure they'll do enough promotion on their channel, but I'll do it here since it does involve us. Hush Money in the Bank, which was a Noah creation, and my Zero Stream Since Last F Word shirt are on Pro Wrestling Tees, so you can actually get that right now. And there's another shirt here. That's Professional Wrestling, damn it, quoted by Noah Foster, but I digress on the back. That is also on Pro Wrestling Tees. And also, check out on the Jeff Meacham Network, full live coverage by JJ Williams, who's in the chat right now at Casa D18 Studios, where him and Noah Foster right now will be calling the action for Hush Money in the Bank. So that should be entertaining. Great.
It's going to be entertaining to say the least. And apparently James will have another video of his pussy.
Aha! Indeed.
Please, don't someone buy James a new pair of headphones, please. We're begging you.
Yeah, I know.
Please.
Are you seeing the duct tape? Are you seeing the duct tape?
Boy, that headphone's been through the ringer apparently.
Oh, dude, you don't even know.
Someone buy this man a pair of audio.
Please, I need it. Please help me. I need new headphones. I'm with you. There you go, JJ. I did it.
Talking about Money in the Bank and all the insanity that comes with that, then I got some big news to tell you all. But let's wait till we finish Money in the Bank.
Yes, please.
Well, I mean,
go ahead.
so far, what's funny? All we talk about Money in the Bank is the fact that it is tomorrow, premium live event on Peacock, the worst app ever in existence to host any sort of wrestling content.
I agree.
And
why did they do what they did last? Why did they do what they did last year?
What do you mean?
Remember when Peacock went broken and haywire?
I don't have Peacock, which is great. I've still got the network.
Remember how? Okay, guys. I told Noah this. I don't know if I told James this, but for the rest of you, I didn't tell you guys. Remember how the network suddenly started working again and there were no more interruptions?
Yeah,
I remember this.
Yeah.
Well, there was a report that came out after that show. Turns out WWE and Peacock never fixed the app. They actually live streamed the WWE Network based in the UK to air the rest of the show on Peacock.
That's hilarious. Especially considering the Peacock feed is actually, I think it's like a full 2-minute delay from the actual master feed.
Yeah.
This is coming from someone who went to America in March, and I got the wonderful privilege of watching such streaming platforms as HBO and Peacock. I went, I'm never using this ever again. This is terrible. This is terrible.
Now you feel our pain. Now you feel our pain, Jack. You get it.
I'm just looking at this. I'm just I'm with my long distance partner, and she's like, "Oh, let's watch some TV." I'm like, if this is what our relationship is being based on, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can stick with this.
Dude. I didn't rethink my life decisions. Is what that comes down to.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Related. How come the UK still has the network?
Well, it's actually quite simple. It's quite simple.
Go ahead.
Because the USA Network and WWE hates us. America most.
Yeah.
But how come we don't have Peacock? We can access.
You're all gonna have Peacock soon. It was announced that they're moving it to the international scene. So I just
figured they were still working on some sort of international agreement, and they didn't get it yet because of those type of purposes.
Oh! Can we also talk about how, despite that, they're trying to get an international deal going? It's losing billions of dollars in revenue. The Peacock app.
The cock.
I'm sorry. Yeah, let's call it by the appropriate name. The cock.
Yeah.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, bitches. Anyway.
No, I'm just curious as to why it hasn't been sorted yet. Because how long has it been since they actually announced it?
Late into last year.
About to say it's been at least a year now, to say the least.
Yeah.
They went through removing content that we remember from our childhood, for example, and all that stuff now is gone to the wayside.
Because I've still got the library and everything. There were rumors going around that apparently the library was being deleted through, so that the transition
to be more politically correct in our modern society.
What does that mean?
Put politically correct in the same sentence and actually make it believable.
Bro, I heard The Rock say some pretty mean stuff about Kane. He called him some really bad names.
Yes, considering there's probably only maybe 3 or 4 people. Actually, no. Can we all say it in this? It's the R word, in case you didn't know what it was. So I'll just straight up say it. It's the R word, which is still one of my favorite promos of all time. It was hilarious. It still is to this day.
Okay.
The Rock is the only one that can get away with it. But yes.
Well, here's the best way to describe what USA and NBC Universal mean by removing sensitive content. So, do you remember the Attitude Era moment where DX dressed up as the Nation of Domination?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
They deleted that.
Wasn't that a bit? What's the word I'm looking for?
Blackface.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. That.
Oy. Yeah, they deleted the iconic Attitude Era angle, and are now trying to say, nope, never happened. Nope, we can't offend anybody for our time period.
You can't. I can understand being sensitive now, but you can't just erase history. Like, just embrace that it happened and then move on.
See,
you can change.
Chris Benoit. They still have Chris Benoit matches on the net on Peacock.
An example of this, like taking it out of like a wrestling mode. Like, let's look at it as like a streaming thing, right? Disney Plus do the same thing. When you look at their classic, like their old, like classic movies that have like animated, they will come up with a message saying, some of this stuff that you're about to see is to do with the times, you know?
Yeah,
and like, and they say like, but Disney no longer like believe in these like values or like what these views or whatever.
That's
like,
all. That's all the WWE and Peacock have to do. Even though from WWE,
they
it's probably a lot.
They do that with Chris Benoit. They say this features a person that we don't talk about anymore. Essentially,
when do they say that? They just don't put his name.
No, they don't say. They just give you a warning label saying beware of certain people in this content.
Yeah, depending on certain pay-per-view events that were heavily involved with Benoit. I think 20 they did it. 20 they have that disclaimer.
Probably the Rumble 2004 definitely.
Yeah, and Vengeance 07.
I don't know if they have it for WrestleMania 23.
No, they might.
But
I don't think so because he wasn't a major part of it. But like 2007, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And JJ with the comment of this entire discussion, by the way. And by the way, this goes to show you how excited all of us are collectively for Money in the Bank. I'm just saying.
And we haven't even talked about the rest of the card. We've only talked about literally the Money in the Bank match and the person that was added to it.
Those
Put that in perspective.
JJ says those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it. Yep. Amen. Yep. Thank you.
Fact.
Real quick.
Simple as that.
Real quick, as Jerry in the Jerry? Why did I call him? Oh, Jerry, because Jerry Slaughter. I'm getting all my J's confused. James, Jerry, JJ. There's too many J's. JJ in the chat is spitting hard facts in the comment section. Let's talk about
JJ Security.
Yeah, let's talk about we're going to need J&J Security after this terrible event that we're about to witness. Go ahead. Run down the rest of the card.
Okay, so go ahead, Eric.
Okay, I'll do it. We got pointless match that no one cared about. Bianca Belair versus Carmella, because that's certainly not going to be a sign of disaster what happened at SummerSlam.
You ain't kidding.
Hold on.
Ronda Rousey versus Natalia. We don't care about
Let's put this out there. The money match was supposed to be Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea right now is suffering from an injury.
Yeah.
Is it just concussion? Is it more? All I can say is Rhea Ripley, get well soon.
Yes.
I really hope that she recovers and can continue because she has so much promise still yet in her career. Continue.
Agreed.
Well, as I was going to say about Bianca Belair versus Carmella, there is rumors that Bayley's set to return soon.
So they could redo what they did last year.
Yes, most likely.
Possibly.
And also, we got Ronda Rousey versus Natalia, a match no one cares about.
Dude, okay, so hold on, because I'm sure he doesn't even know this. I have to explain this. Just this once, though. I have to. Kuzan, do you know what they did for the match? This match in particular, Ronda and Shayna? Or, I'm sorry, Ronda. It should be Ronda and Shayna. Ronda and Natalia?
Yes, Ronda and Shayna should be the match, though, but continue.
Do you want to know?
Go on.
They brought up the fact that Natty does OnlyFans with their sister.
Oh, I know about this, and there was like a montage video of like all the stuff. There's literally there's photo shoots of like Ronda Rousey, like not just top naked, but like bottom naked.
Yeah!
Like you can see like
why?
What's
bro? It's such.
You can see that you can see beef curtains. It's not fun. Why would you?
No, I think.
Why would they make that an angle?
Let me
don't know.
another question.
To make it feel more personal.
You see what happened with Zelina Vega after what happened when she started.
I literally was saying this earlier. I think I literally was yelling this on our freaking NoDQ Galaxy panel I was doing on my YouTube channel. That the fact they're going against their own principle against third party and using that to hype up or encourage a rivalry ahead of a championship match in WWE. What does that tell you?
Which is also hypocritical, but I love how we just completely glossed over the fact that he just said
no one liked me saying that, that's why.
It's so good!
No, I find it really weird because, like, okay, in this generation, I roll. We have, like, a generation where people being able to, like, put that content out there on the internet. Like celebrities. You know, celebrities being able to just put that out there and you be able to go, yeah, you can just pay for it and just, you know, have a good old gawk at, I don't know, whatever. But like, but like,
sorry,
the fact, yeah.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead. Continue.
I don't understand the logic behind shaming that.
Yeah, well,
like,
not to mention exactly what you said, Kuzan. Like
when she's done that as well, it's just poor.
She's done that, and she's friends with women who have done like far worse. Paige Van Zandt, anyone? Charlotte Bordeaux.
Like they don't share. Like she clearly doesn't think that.
Right.
No.
Like,
or if she does think that,
and it's not even worse. I by the way,
then that's like she's not thinking clearly.
Let's just put this in perspective. We are not saying those women that do that are bad. I just want to make that very clear. We're not saying it's worse in the context of we think it's worse. You can do whatever the hell you want. I don't care.
Yeah,
what we're saying is, in her mindset, it's worse, even though she's done the exact same thing. As Kuzan said, so yeah, this feud lost all sort of momentum.
isn't the gimmick?
Yeah,
isn't
it's
the gimmick
a hypocritical approach to a pointless wrestling match that they're trying to sell to make it feel personal that these two clearly don't have any animosity with each other.
That's the thing, right? But also, isn't the thing that WWE believe is that like Natalia's old, right?
Yeah.
Oh, give me a break.
Yeah, but she's not. Yeah, she's not. But like, if we're taking that context with it as well, because she did call like an old bag or something like that, like way before.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, cool. Aren't we also going with like? It's so conflicting because what they're saying doesn't add up.
No, it
with
doesn't.
With what's going on Twitter as well.
Oh no!
Again, it's WWE testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, sync. Testing people's intelligence and really approaching those that literally they believe have no way to.
You say testing,
or unaware.
You say testing. I say insulting, but that's the whole other story for a different time.
Well, the reason I say testing, that would be the WWE's selling on this. It's insulting to the fans because we already talked about how WWE insults their fans.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we know.
So it's like a blanket.
We're the authority.
Go ahead.
As a blanket statement, are we just basically saying that we're grasping at straws to try and make a story out of this?
Yep.
Yes.
Is that essentially what's going on?
Yep.
Exactly.
So instead of that, why aren't we working with the storyline of traditional wrestling family member fighting combat sports lady who can both clearly handle themselves? Exactly. Why aren't we working with the conflict of sport here?
Because it's who still runs the company.
Of course, yeah, that's the obvious answer. But what if you want to make money out of this? Why aren't we working with this?
Because WWE does not want to be sports oriented or sports presented.
Yeah,
that's a fair point, actually.
That's really it, honestly, Jack.
Hello, AEW.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now we need Jeff to make a beef curtain. It's not beef curves. Beef curtains JJ, I don't think that would be.
Am I getting my gimmick stolen?
Yeah, I don't think we.
That's messed up, bro. You can't just take that.
You can only
This
do
is
that.
stolen valor.
Yeah, you can't. You can only do that if Kuzan could be on a Jeff Meacham Network thing. That's the only way that can work. Number one. Number two, beef curtains. I don't think would be pro wrestling tees friendly. I'm just saying. It won't work. I don't think it's gonna work.
It depends on the context of the shirt and how it's interpreted, James. Just saying.
How else do you interpret it?
Moving on from all you guys' insanity, we got, let's see, what's the other match that no one cares about? Oh, Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley. Oh no, I wonder where that's going to go.
Man, this match should be way better on paper than it is, but they made me... they just find a way to, like, make you not care where they're
Isn't the angle built into this a pose-off where Lashley got water sprayed in his face?
Yeah.
Oh, big Scott Steiner and Triple H
These
angle.
vibes, yeah, exactly. How many times have they done that over the years, man?
Yeah.
I've lost count. I gotta be honest, I've lost count.
As long as Theory goes over, it's fine.
Yeah, at this point, you want to try and build a new star. The only one they seem to be trying that with at this point is literally Theory.
They've been doing all right, to be honest.
They have.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll give them credit.
The gimmick of, especially with how close Vince has been, he's been literally right next to him on
to the
screen. He's like, he's been like, tough love training him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Here's the thing about when Vince's interaction with Theory, I was like, you know, with all the stories how you've been abusing your workers, and how you are on TV abusing your workers. I'm like,
I want a roughhouse on a plane! Yeah!
Ride it up and down.
I would have the I would have the theory of that as long as they keep going with it and they keep gradually building Theory up,
right,
up until he actually gets an opportunity for one of the world titles, then that could work. That could keep working for Theory. You don't really need to change anything. Just
the thing also about the Theory approach versus, like, you know, Seth Rollins, for example, when he went for the whole authority thing and had like J&J in his corner. Theory right now has kind of been doing everything on his own to a degree.
Yeah, as a heel.
As a heel, nonetheless.
Yeah, true.
Which is good. I like the fact that they're showing his worth. As long as Vince can stay on camera with him as well, as long as they keep going, or just have some vignettes where he's, you know, slapping him across the face, going, "You need to do better," you know, or be like, "I'm proud of you," or whatever.
Take another selfie and post it on Instagram with Vince McMahon.
As long as they keep that going, they have that interaction. Theory's solid.
Mm-hmm. Right. And Lashley right now, he's just a guy right now in mid-card hell now, it seems, to...
What's going on with Bobby? Like, I don't understand.
It's weird because he should be over. Like, I remember watching... I heard the reaction he got when I turned my back on the Almost match on Jeff's stream, but, like, I heard him...
Why?
I heard his reaction, and he was, like, over.
Twice. Moreover, at Red Crit of Hate versus Backlash.
Like, am I wrong in assuming that, Owen? Like, he was over as hell. Like,
you're not wrong.
So he was, he was really over at WrestleMania, and then he did the feud with MVP, which was kind of like a decently upper main event feud, mostly mid card, and then I don't know what happened. I thought he'd be, in the Money in the Bank. The best way they could have gone about this was they should have just had Lashley, because I believe if I'm correct on this, when he lost the U.S. title, he was never pinned to lose the championship, and then he went right for the WWE championship. Yeah, it was triple
threat. You're absolutely right.
So the best way, I believe it was Theory that interrupted him, but Lashley. WWE should have mentioned at one point or another that when Lashley lost his title, he never was beaten for it, and that would have explained everything. But they never really did that.
Continuity, you know, Vince hates that.
Yeah, and then
Someone give this man a headband.
Freaking opening up a plot hole.
Yeah.
Someone please give Bobby his headband back.
Yeah.
He's losing stature.
He has lizard stature. Just don't make him bend over again.
No, please! I'm begging you.
I'm glad this pulls off. He did not do that.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
No, dude.
It'd been so good.
No. I can think of something much worse.
Oh Lord, here we go.
What?
The sequel to Lashley's Sisters.
Oh.
Oh, hell no, dude. I want Bobby Lashley to, like, bend over and slap his ass cheeks again. Come on.
Oh!
That's, like, the best thing. That made so much content for so many people. Like, no joke.
If you're talking for the meme culture, that's fair.
I forgot that you did tell me that John is about the meme culture.
Jack,
not
John. John.
What?
John.
What?
John, Jack.
You lost all control, everybody.
This is.
And we don't even have Ezekiel on here, or Elias, or Elrod, or Elmira, or freaking Ezra. Jack got it.
Oh, I'm glad Ezekiel's not on this card because that storyline has already run its fucking course. Anyway, next match.
Kevin Owens, though, has been going into this, but go ahead, Eric.
The next match is the match that, honestly, do you really have to say words? It's the Street Profits versus the Usos, done. You already know the Usos are going to win.
We've done this already.
I do think this match is going to be very good, but it's been done to death.
Like,
yes.
What is this? The New
Day.
It's the New Day. That's all it is. This is the New Day now?
Yeah.
And they're going to do the New Day at SummerSlam because they have more history. Let's just put it out there.
I hope you're joking.
I bet you I'm not. The Usos are never going to lose the blueberry strawberry straps with the silver dimes because tag team wrestling does not exist at a competitive level in the WWE.
Hold on. They got those. Then they got to get the Hershey bar with the caramel center in the middle. They got to have all three belts, man. It's got to happen. They gotta have all three. They gotta have the silver dollar. They gotta have the other silver dollar, and then they gotta have the penny. It's gotta happen.
Be hilarious.
The pennies were retired. The pennies were retired and minted into these silver nickels. You know that.
Hey,
be hilarious.
Just do it. Just do it anyway. Go ahead.
If they unified the titles and they brought out the women's title design. If they brought out the women's title design, they just went, yeah, these are the men's titles now.
Oh my god.
That would destroy the internet.
Oh my
god. Yeah, it would. The only difference is instead of white leather, they're on black leather.
And just to make it even worse, they don't even hide the fact that it's the women's titles. They just duct tape the word woman and then put man on it.
Oh, God.
Man's World Tag Team titles,
big Global Force Wrestling sticker.
Jeff Jarrett back at it again.
FCW. Wait, this is the SCW prop. I recognize these. Brian Sesby, the first one to point that out. Oh, good Lord.
Usos win. This is obvious anyway. Next match.
There's only two matches left.
It's the Money in the Bank women's match for Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, a.k.a. Raquel Gonzalez, Asuka, Shotzi Blackheart, and Becky Lynch.
There's only one woman that could win that match, and that's Liv Morgan.
Everyone's been rooting for Liv Morgan. Even the wrestlers are like, can we just give it to Liv Morgan?
Well, I mean, let's put it in perspective. How many people were rooting for Nikki ASH last year?
Yeah. How many people were rooting for Shotzi Blackheart last year as well?
Yeah.
They fucked both of them over.
Yeah.
That'll be no different. Honestly, just having a freaking female that's won it already win the Money in the Bank. Have Becky Lynch win it. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Does anyone honestly give a shit at this point anymore?
The only way the Money in the Bank could be relevant to me, and this is just my perspective, Becky cashes in on Ronda.
Yeah.
Seriously, you might I don't see any other way you could do it anyway, because we know they don't like building stars, so why even bother attempting that you're trying? Because clearly it's fucking forced.
I would love to see someone who hasn't won the briefcase yet.
Like Liv.
And then have them lose it in a singles match.
Well, it's funny.
That's happened.
But not Owen. Not for the women's gets. The women are.
Oh yeah.
Listen. They want to be treated on equal. They want to be treated on equal footing as the men, right?
Oh God. Here we
They
go.
do, right? Then fuck that. It's already been done before.
I guess.
If it's already been done before, I don't want to see it again. Give me something fucking fresh, especially for the women, for crying out loud. Like, you're fucking not giving them anything. You've already said fuck it to the tag team straps. We haven't heard from them in months.
And they canceled the tournament.
They canceled the tournament.
Yeah.
And then you're just like... But it's like, we know you're not going to care because you like to stick it to frickin' Sasha. So why am I even going to bother investing my time?
Meanwhile, Impact Wrestling has 3 knockout tag teams right now. Knockout tag team championships and 3 knockout matches tonight on their specials all delivered.
Check, please. I want to watch good women's wrestling. I'll tune in the Impact. I'll go to Stardom. Hell, AEW has a better women's booking than WWE does right now. And that's saying a lot.
And they trios and tags on Dark and Elevation.
Yeah. And I ain't even gonna lie. The only bad thing about the women's division right now is Marina Shafir. Like, you can name about 50 in WWE's division. Fuck.
And NWA, for that matter, NWA's women's division is also stacked with tag teams.
That's the only good thing that company has. Yeah. This
still,
company,
that's something.
This company is a mess.
Isn't MLW also starting their own women's division?
Yeah, they already did.
Yeah,
with Taya Valkyrie as their champion.
Yeah,
for the featherweight, I believe.
Let's go.
I don't think that's their only women's champion.
Ultimo Taya, let's go, baby.
Ultimo Valkyrie, I know, James. Calm down.
Anyway, but God bless that woman.
At this point, here's the other problem here. Both champs are faces. If you're going to have a cash-in by a face, you need to have some sort of heel to go after. So again, it kind of locks out all the faces that we hoped to win it, like Liv Morgan, kind of out of the picture.
Yeah, that's Becky then. I mean, anyway, next. Who cares?
Oh, that's it.
Where's the men's?
Oh, we already talked about the men's, didn't we?
Oh, we only talked about the additional guy, which apparently you guys told me is Madcap Moss.
We got Seth freaking Rollins. Don't care. He'll probably win it because he has a story with Roman and Brock.
Again, yeah.
Drew McIntyre. Oh, we already know he's set to fight Roman at Clash of the Castle, so that's out. Sheamus. Omos. Do you really think he's going to win it? Let's be real.
Omos is there to look intimidating and get buried under 50 ladders like
Madcap Moss, who will most likely be screwed by Baron Corbin. Matt Riddle, a.k.a. just Riddle.
Yeah.
And, let's see. Oh, and Sheamus and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, by the way, out of all the names you mentioned, and I'm not even stunning, thank you, Jerry, for this, by the way. Sammy's the only intriguing name out of that whole thing that should win it. And of course,
I can't believe Jerry pulled it off, though, the booking idea.
Dude, that booking idea is fucking outstanding. Jerry Slaughter deserves Booker of the Year for that idea.
James, what was it like? What was it that said?
You have to say it. You have to say it, Noah, because I can't even do it justice.
Notes, it goes like this. Sami Zayn wins Money in the Bank briefcase. But he personally holds on to it to protect Roman Reigns so nobody else can cash in on him.
The idea is he weaves his way into the bloodline and acts like they're puppet master and joins the ones, basically. Which I think is fucking hilarious because he's been trying to do that for ages.
In the back at the perfect time and takes the titles for himself.
Yeah. Or tries to.
Yeah.
Which would be amazing. What an amazing story that would be.
Just the angle. Think about that angle actually happening.
That would be
the pop that it could get.
That's the only interesting thing. Now that Jerry mentioned that, everybody else is like we've seen it.
Does anyone see a problem with this though? The only reason Sami Zayn is interesting is because of Roman.
Yeah.
That basically just says this show is pointless.
You can say the
same. Reigns.
I'll be honest, there is a second one, which is Riddle. I think Noah mentioned this. Even though we've already seen Riddle versus Roman, Riddle should win because then he's got that one match with Brock. And it's in a triple threat with Roman. Which
he could also bypass that loophole of challenging for the Universal Undisputed Universal Championship.
Yeah, that would make sense, which means it's not going to happen, so I'm not going to have
Yeah, thank you. All right. That's
logic and sentence.
Go ahead, Owen.
Well, before we move up, I will give because I didn't really get to give much of my predictions because I think we all were talking. I'll just give my...
just
I'll
rapid fire him. Rapid fire him.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Theory retains the U.S. belt against Lashley and faces whoever he's going to face at SummerSlam. I thought I'd be seeing it, but I guess that's not happening now.
AJ Styles.
Yeah, that'd be one. The Usos retain the Unified Tag Team Championships against the Street Profits.
Agreed.
Ronda retains against Natalya.
Yeah.
I'm picking Liv Morgan to win Money in the Bank.
I
Probably
love
not
that.
gonna happen, but that's what I'm picking in. Yeah. Bianca retains the Raw Women's belt against Carmella and faces
whatever. Yep.
And faces Rhea if she's back by then at SummerSlam.
Agreed. If we're lucky.
And I think Seth wins. I think there's like 4 people that could win.
It's Seth. It's
gotta be Seth.
Yeah, I think it's Seth. And then
Sheamus previously won Money in the Bank, and he literally was using the authorities' behalf to cash it in on Roman Reigns after he won some lame brain Survivor Series filler tournament to crown the champion.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't even remind me. Don't even remind me about that. For some reason, James and I at the time thought that show was good, and I don't know what the fuck we were thinking back then.
We must have been really like on some, Cloud 9 shit,
You guys were just really excited for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Were you on Mike Hard's Lemonade? Good lord, what the hell's wrong with you?
I don't know what the fuck we were doing. Like,
we were drinking the lemonade, all right. We were drinking that.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why I'm straight edge, ladies and gentlemen, who watch this for
Go ahead, Kuzan. Repeat the question.
Wasn't like this around the time when Sheamus was doing movies because he was either Rocksteady?
Yeah,
it was Rocksteady. Yeah. This was like around that time.
Probably. I don't know.
No, they said, let's give this guy the belt, and they went, actually... Nah.
Yeah. That's not...
Hey, before we continue with the rest of the festivities of topics that we have to go, we are actually right around that hour mark. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to do what we do always when it's a rundown type of event. We're going to go right to a commercial break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to be talking about all the indie stuff, and... we're probably going to talk about Impact. We're going to be talking about some other stuff. I'm sure Kuzan might want to bring in a couple things along with that topic. So we'll be right back for the rundown ATW crossover. Don't close that window.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Indie Force Podcast. This is podcasting like you've never seen it before. In 2019, Michael X won the Wrestling Rundown Predictions Championship, taking the wrestling world by storm. When the virus attacked, these 4 individuals would create a podcast to talk about the nerdiest shit on the internet, filmed in the Massachusetts underground. They talk about everything from professional wrestling, YouTube, mixed martial arts, movies, comic books, tabletop, video games, anime, social media, content creation, and everything in between. Watch the Indie Force on the J. Hebert Studios channel now and subscribe today. The following announcement has been paid for by the Indie Force Podcast.
Do you think you have what it takes to cut the greatest promo in professional wrestling history? Step through the ropes, pick a gimmick, and know your role. The Ring Scoops Wrestling card game is the ultimate pro wrestling fan party game. Draw cards at random, use your creativity, and cut a promo on your opponent while the audience cheers. The Ring Scoops card game. Available now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Indie Force fans of all ages. I am Luke Lynch, Commander of the Legion, and if you have not already, check out my adventure vlog series over on my channel. Grant you, it's not the most often updated series. It's definitely far from frequently updated. But when it is updated, it's good times, geeky, nerdy, and fun times all around with cool geeks from all walks of life. For example, YouTubers, content creators, Twitch streamers, you name it, I've got it, all on The Adventures of Luke Lynch, which you can find on my channel. Subscribe, like, comment, watch, share, do the whole thing under the umbrella of For the Win Productions. Future James, take it away with that outro.
We're back!
Yay!
So we started talking about the WWE. Now we're going to talk about other Fanes Wrestling, because again, we talk about all Fanes Wrestling, and June has definitely gave us a lot as we're now in July.
But go ahead.
And thus we have the perfect way to start this off.
Go ahead.
Then Eric, why don't you go ahead and change the theme, and then we'll start talking with Slammiversary following that. Go ahead. What's on your mind?
Game Changer Wrestling shot themselves in the foot.
Oh, hold on to the Slammiversary thing. What did they do that was stupid this time?
Oh, no.
Oh, you want to know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. I don't know.
They decide, okay, we're going to have a death match, okay? Standard stuff. And we're going to get light tubes, and we're going to stab each other and shank each other and then stab into the head while the guy's bleeding internally.
Oh, my gosh.
What company is this?
Game Changer Wrestling, GCW, the one that Moxley is in.
And that Matt Cardona was leading the charge at one point.
Okay, Eric, you might know the reason why this happened. Why did Cardona get his shoulder injury? Because I haven't been able to watch it because I can't stomach through a GCW.
You don't know what happened. He got a torn tricep during Downward Spiral. I don't think it was ever said how he got it. It was just during the match.
Yeah, they were in a downward spiral, all right.
Yeah, and yeah, he just announced it after the whole thing. He did say during the show, "I beat you with a torn tricep." But as for this new situation where shanking someone with goddamn lights, let me just best way to describe this: he had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, and you know, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
No, what this company does.
This company is stupid. James and I were talking about this the other night. I have not watched, I don't think, a show. The multi-man ladder match on that show it was the most unsafe.
GCW.
It was the most.
The World on GCW, where they misspelled world because they wanted to be edgy and cool. They're basically a hardcore promotion, an overglorified stunt show.
No, I know about GCW. I've watched a lot of their stuff actually, and like it might just be me. I really like a lot of the stuff that they've done. Like
I did.
This
too.
is like pre-pandemic.
Flavor, you know? It's a different flavor.
Oh,
and I'm not usually like a hardcore wrestler guy. But like hearing stuff like that, I'm just thinking, yeah, that sounds about right. But like, how serious is it?
Okay, here's the best way to describe
like
it.
Permanent.
The guy was bleeding very a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw flesh. I could be wrong from the angle, but
it just sounds like Nick Gage.
No, it wasn't Nick Gage. It was
No, Nick Gage is actually a lot safer than this, believe it or not.
That's saying something.
Dude, Nick Gage robbed a bank.
Yes, he robbed a bank. Yes, he was safe in the ring though. He's always a consummate professional.
Oh, okay.
The only time he wasn't, actually, he even tried to be a professional against Arquette. Arquette just fucking squirmed, and then it went into his throat.
I think Arquette just freaked out.
Right, but like always, like. Point is, Nick Gage knows what he's doing. I venture to say that whatever these two morons were doing were not knowing what the hell they were doing.
So I had to look into it. I was trying to look into it. He had to get stitches both externally and internally.
So it's internal damage as well.
Yeah, and that the multi-man ladder match is like the epitome. It was at GCW versus the World, and it was like they had the most rickety of fucking ladders I've ever seen anybody have ever, and they had like this mega contraption all over ringside already pre-made for some damn reason. Didn't understand it, didn't get it.
The one thing that we didn't, I think the one spot that's going to really tell you how unsafe it was, one of the guys, I think it was the guy that ended up winning, went to jump off a ladder, and he completely he was the guy he went to jump on was way too far away and completely missed him
because the ladder gave way and tipped the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, man. You do whatever you can to like. Make
I forget by the
kind of like make it capitalize in the moment. It's per se.
Yeah, man.
Now, James, I forget too. Did the guy end up doing the spot again, or did they just say fuck it and not even do it?
He said fuck it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't try that again. I don't want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Ain't worth it for like
when
fucking
GCW
$30
had
a pop for a show.
the match had only lasted about 94 seconds. And they had to,
wow.
And they had to stop it because
Jesus.
the guy was bleeding badly and had to be taken to the hospital.
I'll be honest, though, that's a really good, like, I know this is, like, me thinking quite, like, this probably won't be taken in the right way, but, like, that's a really good moment for both of those guys, though.
Because,
I get why you're saying that.
I get why you're saying that, yeah.
Like, if you think about the attention span, well, like, it's not just that, but, like, you can show that on your site, like, in a few months, and then be like, oh, look at this, you know, look what we did this year. And that can get GCW some, like, you know, milk it for all it's worth is basically what I'm saying. You might as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
I hope the guys...
It makes sense to do that.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, as long as the guy survived. You know, fuck.
Well, I hope the guy's okay.
Well, that's
internal damage is, like, a really bad... You know, once you get stuff...
He had to get
messed up with your
stitches, but they
organs.
did say he's good. He's going to be
How
out of
long ago was
action
this?
for a while, but he's good, he said.
No shit.
Oh, that's good.
How long ago was this?
2 days ago, Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Again, BCW, it's a whole different world.
Speaking of grotesque violence in Detroit, let's segue into this for a sec. I gotta reveal something.
Go ahead.
Please.
Santana got hurt
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
during the awesome blood and guts match.
Yeah.
And then I found something else out just moments ago when we were all talking earlier about Money in the Bank, and I wanted to talk about this.
Go ahead.
What?
Prior to this, Santana wrote a tweet saying soon.
Yep.
Here's what was said. Sean Ross Sapp speculated this. It's not confirmed yet. But Santana, one of the AEW originals, might be departing.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, and you want to know why?
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
He's having a fall with Ortiz, it seems.
Yeah.
Santana and Ortiz might be in a personal relationship Rocky issue. You notice how they don't really stand next to each other anymore? It's like awkward a little bit when you look at it.
Can I?
I'm sure I can believe.
I can't
I'm sure I
believe
can
that.
believe Sean Ross that.
Especially too. It said too that.
That's fair, actually, Jack.
It said too that when Santana, I believe it was Santana, was doing Indy, was taking other bookings outside of AEW. It's just been him doing the bookings, not both of them.
Right. Standing out
So-
his own
Can I just throw something out there though?
Yeah.
And I do have to say this because I actually do believe that this is the thing, and here's the only reason why I'm saying this. Santana's doing this to himself. No, I'm not capping. Like, do we need to remind ourselves that this guy was also among the list of guys who was arrested for a DUI at one point? And not only a DUI at one point, but also getting into a fight in a bar and having a domestic call on him. To the point where he was gone for like a few months. He actually served jail time while in AEW. If you remember that. He was in the Slammer for like 5 days. So...
Yeah.
Something tells me he's got a lot of problems, and he's not allowing people to help him, even though he's got probably two of his best friends that could possibly help him, and he's not taking the help that's there.
But again, you can only try and force a person before literally you have to force their hand when literally they have no other choice.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that's not the case with Santana, because that guy's too fucking talented to be doing this to himself. I think
he is apparently injured. It's very serious, along with Adam Cole, baby.
Well, we all know Adam Cole. He was wrestling with injury, and we talked about the whole situation with injuries and our approach. Mentality
we'll
to
get
it
to
on the last
that.
show.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we will.
Nice to bring that up again. We definitely.
But
can.
Slammiversary first, because I do.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a sub tangent. We talked a little bit about news. Talked a little bit about bad shit. Let's talk about some really great stuff. That was an homage to 20 years of this company that you thought wouldn't even make it to this point, but they did, and they're thriving, I feel, at a better degree with the roster that they have.
Yeah.
And they celebrated with them and the greats of the past at Slammiversary. Of course, emanating from the Nashville Fairgrounds. They brought back, and again, it was all the hits and even the what the hell and holy shit. We had a reverse battle royale where you had David Young back again. What the hell?
He don't look young anymore either, man. Holy shit, dude.
You want to talk about somebody that wasn't young either. Old Buck of also.
I'm
going
serious. Jack, you gotta see how he looks. It's unbelievable. Like, I don't know if you watch this guy, but Marky D calls him a cab driver, and he hits the cab driver slam. Man, he looks like a fucking Uber driver now, man. It's not a good look. And he was shirtless, and he's doing the spine buster.
Don't look over here.
It's great.
Don't look over here, man.
I love it though. I love it. I wouldn't want it any other way. Like it's so TNA.
TNA original. They had Slash as well with Potter's Jason Mitchell. We had the old Buck go literally around
Shark
the
Boy. He won the whole thing.
Shark Boy won the whole thing.
Oh,
it was him and Guys Figure at the end. So that was a fun moment. We had the Digital Media Championship on the line between Rich Swann and Brian Myers.
That was cool. That was a good match.
The Ultimate X match where Jack Evans made his Impact, I think, return. I don't recall whether or not he was in Impact Wrestling.
No, he remember.
I don't think he was
taken out. He was taken out of that match because of injury. So Andrew Everett had to replace him.
Yeah, it was. I believe. Who was it? Oh, it was Andrew Everett. That's right.
It was Andrew Everett. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
DP
That was a nice
DP Dub.
There you go. Andrew Everett, Alex Zane, Kenny King, Speedo Mike Bailey, Trey Miguel, and the current champion at the time, Ace Austin, who became part of Bullet Club before this, through the Best Super Juniors finale in New Japan Pro Wrestling. They had Ultimate X, and Speedo Mike Bailey came out victorious, and about to add Speeding for a little bit. I just got done watching Against All Odds, and spoiler alert, Trey Miguel and Speedo Mike Bailey might be the X Division match of the year. That was absolutely insane what they did. So there's that. If you all can go and see that.
Yeah.
We had the Knockouts Tag Team Champions on the line, where Ultimo Valkyrie added another rap to her repertoire.
Damn right.
Valkyrie beat the Influence to Neil Dashwood and Madison Rain.
She's got 4, and she won the XPW fucking championship too, their first women's championship in history. This woman fucking got 4 championships. I'm so happy, dude. Fuck yeah.
And she's already caught up on the road for the Triple A Randa Duranda's title. We'll see what that leads to. Moose and Sami Callihan try to kill each other's heads in the Monsters Ball match. And Moose had an inhuman moment kicking out one after a power driver on Tax. Catfish Jack driver. Good Lord Almighty.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Why?
James and I were literally calling. I don't know. Ask Moose.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I know, right?
Move so I can kick out of it.
I kick out one.
You had to see the match to understand
I can imagine
why.
it would work, and
it was Monsters Ball.
It was fucking outstanding. It was the match of the night, honestly. I think it might be match of the night for me.
Sami Callihan's good.
Sami Callihan, Moose too. Moose is hell, but fucking talented.
Yeah, he is.
He is a 5-tool athlete. Let's just put it out there. Speaking of 5, we had 5-on-5 10-man action that was literally an homage to Impact Wrestling's past, as Honor No More took on the returning David Richards, Motor City Machine Guns, Kazarian, and Magnus. Oh, excuse me. Nick Aldis. Tracy Brooks even got involved and took out Maria Kanellis.
Oh, hold on. Yes, an homage to Impact's past. Picture, if you will, Honor No More to face TNA Originals. That's exactly how they marketed it.
Yeah, and Scott brought in commentary.
They brought in
Canada.
Frankie Kazarian and the Motor City Machine Guns. Absolutely, yes. And Christy Hemmy's announcing the match. Cool. Right?
Yeah.
And then Nick Aldis is there too. Kind of. All right, I'll give you a pass there. Probably fair enough. Right? So, 4 originals. Then Dixie Carter comes out, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Dixie Carter's going to announce the 5th person and thanking the crowd for ever buying a ticket. That's really cool, right?
And respectable.
And then, to really hammer the point home, homaging the past to total nonstop action to Impact Wrestling's 20 years. The surprise man in the match is a disappointment, and it's Davey Richards.
Exactly. Yeah. Half of the Wolves just to build Eddie Edwards versus Davey Richards, which did play out a little bit here.
Because when I think of TNA Originals, I think of the fucking guy who, with his partner, came in at the very tail end of the AJ Styles run. Yeah, totally. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Well, they couldn't get AJ Styles, clearly, but they did get a video package from which I thought was pretty cool.
There's so many.
I will confirm this. There was a report that came out. AJ Styles did try to see if he could get to the event.
Yeah, no, he did.
But he's like,
you know who stopped it?
Vince.
Exactly. Damn it.
Which isn't even fair because the Impact let their Knockouts champion Mickey James at the time show up in the Royal Rumble, and they couldn't even allow.
Yeah. Oh,
We all saw what that led to. Absolutely nothing.
Go ahead.
Not even that, right?
And
they had Christian Cage show up. Like,
yeah.
What year was it? He was
2012.
employed by WWE.
Yeah, 2012. Yeah.
2012.
Well,
2012.
Yeah. So what's the issue?
By the way,
a lot of
I hope that shuts everybody up when they say they want WWE to enter the Forbidden Door because they suck.
Not like James Huber. Not like James Huber's fantasy card, though, which definitely we hope one day could actually become a thing. Go check that out, folks, if you haven't already.
So, also, James, I saw your mascot. I was like, where's Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns? You know that's the match that people would want.
I know that's the match that people would want. Here's the reason why I didn't book it. There was 2 injuries I maintained, and if I did have Kenny Omega unhurt, I would have had to have Big E unhurt. Because I would have put them in the New Day versus Young Bucks match. It would have been the Elite versus.
Yeah, but I was saying you didn't have Big E in there.
That's what I would have booked.
I have a legitimate question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Where's Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa?
God right now. Tonga Loa is injured. Tama Tonga.
No, I mean in James's card.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, James.
I forgot.
You want to answer this question?
I forgot.
7-time IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team.
That's messed up, bro.
You forgot Gorillas of Destiny? A pots on you.
I honestly, if I were to fit them in somehow, probably would have had them fight the Usos and Briscoes. Would have put them in a tag match, honestly.
Yeah. Which would make sense storyline wise.
Yeah,
seeing as the GW the G1 final.
So, yeah, the G1
the
Super
G1
card.
special.
It was the G1 Super card. That was their life. That one, actually.
Yeah, you keep mentioning this.
And I also saw their follow-up, Ring of Honor Summer Super card, where they had the ladder war, Briscoes and GOD.
That
so there you go.
Match rules.
2019. That old night rule. That was awesome. Speaking of Briscoes, them boys defended the Impact World Tag Team Championships against the Good Brothers, who won them. Great game bout. And then afterwards, America's Most Wanted returned to Impact Wrestling and basically celebrated the fact that there's 2 things those men can all share, fighting and drinking.
Chris Harris got the Braden Walker weight off. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good. I'm surprised, man. Seeing Chris, I still can't believe I saw that. But
and then James Storm, he was like, "We're all gotta get a drink," and then everybody gets a drink, and then he gives Chris Harris a water, and I'm like, so that's why he slimmed out.
Yeah, because he doesn't drink anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
But it was a nice homage, nice toast. You know, the past, the present. One of the greatest tag teams of all time in Impact history. One of the greatest tag teams of all time, Ring of Honor. One of the greatest tag teams in Japan. That's pretty cool. And then the first ever Queen of the Mountain with Special Enforcer Mickie James as Deonna Purrazzo, Chelsea Green, the returning Mia Yim. You might formerly remember her as Jade. Jordan Grace and Tasha Steelz defending her Knockouts Gold, first ever Queen of the Mountain. After Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green took a ladder fall from heaven straight for hell through 2 tables at ringside, courtesy of Mia Yim.
That was such a brutal spot, legitimately.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, they literally were at the top of this fucking ladder.
They both were, and Miriam's like, boss me.
And the table was, like, very stiff when they went through it, and it looked like it sucked. Like, kudos to those women. Holy shit.
2 of the all-time greats. Former Knockouts champions, Will and Bright, the Virtuosa, and the Hot Mess. I love this tag team, VXT, as we'll talk about it against all odds. They did win tonight against Mickie James and Mia Yim. Good Knockouts match. Again, Impact Wrestling knows not only women's wrestling, but women's tag team wrestling. Respect and support the Knockouts division. Watch it if you haven't yet. And, of course, Jordan Grace became the Queen of the Mountain, first ever Queen of the Mountain, but also 2-time Knockouts champion. Congrats to her. And Mickie James still hates Chelsea Green because she even stopped Chelsea Green at one point. She kind of pushed her boundaries as a 40 figure a bit further than, her title entitled her to, but I digress. And in the main event, that was an all-Canadian bout. It was Eric Young and Josh Alexander in a wild and had all the homages to AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Kurt Angle, just to name a few. And Josh Alexander retained the title and still proves why he is the Standard and the Iron Man, defending and honoring 20 years of legacy of Impact Wrestling.
His Kurt Angle gear, holy shit, it suits him so well when he did that homage to Kurt. I mean, it helps the fact
Ankle lock included.
It helps the fact that, dude has a bald head too, and a beard.
Oh, come on, James.
It does help. I'm just saying. You gotta be honest. But like, nah,
I mean, he does wear the headpiece, so I'll give you that.
He wore the Kurt Angle like gold, black, and blue attire, which is like the most iconic TNA look that Kurt ever had. He had he had elbow pads, one that had the TNA logo and one that had Impact 20 on the other. I love the shoes. Like, yeah, Josh Alexander is your babyface of the company by far. I mean, this guy's on a roll.
This just makes me think, man, imagine if Josh Alexander and Kurt Angle in his prime went at it.
Fuck yeah, dude. Are you
dream
kidding
match,
me?
Man. Dream match.
That's a dream
Josh
match.
Alexander, though, has been on a roll, I think, since... it's nothing against the guy, but it's just the truth. It's Ethan Page left Impact. Like, Josh Alexander just went on
himself.
Yeah, he's just went on a fucking tear, dude. Absolute tear.
He first teared through the X Division. Now he's the world champion.
Yeah. I still wish the only shameful thing. I still wish we still could have gotten him versus Kenny Omega Bound for Glory last year. Instead, that would have ruled.
Yeah. I am glad though that the match that I never thought I'd like, the former Steve Cutler, who's also been tearing through people left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Steve Macklin is the match I want to see. I want to see Steve Macklin versus Josh Alexander. The Cold Skull of Impact versus the Walking Weapon. It's gotta be.
You know, Impact always gets shit for signing WWE rejects like that, but without Impact, we wouldn't even get to see.
How do you have Steve Cutler, who could do all the stuff that he did in an Impact ring, and then not find something for that guy to do?
Yeah.
That infuriates me.
There's a perfectly logical explanation.
It's Vince.
Okay.
No, not Vince. Surprisingly, partially it wasn't his fault.
Well,
it was Jackson Ryker.
Pritchard? I mean, yes.
No,
Jackson
it was Gunner's fault.
No, I can't even say that, because they took him... People forgot by SummerSlam time. You could have brought them back. You could have.
Their name was literally the Forgotten Sons.
Yeah.
Gone and forgotten. Just saying.
Yeah. Somehow Jackson Ryker stays employed.
But I already know what Josh Alexander's going to do next for his big title defenses.
Well, considering that he just overcame the anomaly that was Joe Doring that truly tested his will and merit and strength. Good grief. What is next?
I already told you and James this on ATW View a while back. He's going to fight Jacob Fatu at Ric Flair's last match event.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That event is the most hilarious thing ever. So funny.
Go ahead. You want to let the floor?
No, just the price of it and just what the vibe is going. Just looking at it before it's even happened.
And more so, they're trying to sell the undercard versus the fact that Ric Flair is there.
It's really funny.
Kind of interest.
It's just I'm like, what, Rick? Are you off your head again?
Yes.
What's wrong with you, man? Go home.
Been off his head for a while.
Go home, man.
Bro,
I'm not even angry. Like I can't get. It's really funny. How old is this?
It's depressing and sad to a degree too, though.
Yeah,
I know what his like argument would be, right?
I found oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, his argument would be like, yeah, but who wrestled in North Korea and survived? You know, the most valuable wrestler in the world, a survived relic of North Korea. You know,
that's putting it politely.
You know,
go ahead, Eric.
But you're not wrong.
And here's the thing: New Japan's getting involved in this.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
wait,
they're
what?
bringing Clark Connors, the guy who had an awesome showcase at Forbidden Door, to fight some other wrestler from New Japan.
Yeah, I forget
who it is. So I'm not going to try. And we're reuniting Killer Cross and Scarlett to fight Davey Boy Smith.
Why?
For Ric Flair's death sentence.
Again, just telling you on the event. You watch for this, and then if you want to hold out for Flair, there you go.
Hey, I can't wait to see all these matches on Facebook video when they post them.
Yeah, also,
probably by
bootleg,
because you cannot pay me to see this fucking pay-per-view live, ever.
I'm watching it. I'm watching this on WatchWrestling.LA. That's where I'm watching it.
I don't mind you.
You're exposing the internet.
I'm exposing the internet. Honestly, though, No, let it be promoted. Let it be promoted like that. Seriously, I don't even care.
Hey,
like,
look, if it does well, more power to them.
Yeah,
But
well,
it's not gonna
I'm
happen.
sorry, I can't say that. I legitimately
The only
can't say
thing,
that.
the only thing this show doesn't have behind it is an NFT.
Seriously, like I can't say that Flair deserves this because he doesn't for multiple different reasons. But if for no other reason that this dude is so fucking greedy and selfish. Like holy shit, your time is fucking done.
Yeah.
Be a fucking parent for once, you old fuck. Sorry. That's the truth of the matter. If I'm going to say it about Jeff, I'm going to say it about Flair.
I understand. And here's the thing. Also, Jordan Grace will be defending the Knockouts title against Deonna Purrazzo and Rachel Ellering at the show.
Come on.
Ellering, I remember that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. James, did I tell you this? Ric Flair wasn't the one that came up with this idea for a final match.
Who?
Of course.
Who did?
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair didn't come up with the show. He didn't come up with it. He didn't even think about the idea of coming back.
I believe that.
I actually did.
You want to know who did?
Who?
And this is where you'll direct your rage. Hey, Rick, this is Conrad Thompson. You want to do another match?
Oh, Conrad Thompson, yeah.
Conrad Thompson.
I'm
So
bullshit
he has
now.
guaranteed Ric Flair's death.
I hate him. No, I actually hate him now.
You hate? Did you hate him before?
No, not before. But man, this is really, really piss poor judgment, Conrad. I'm sorry.
Talk about really trying to sell StarCast.
Like, dude, you're telling me this dude was willing? He was already not thinking about it, and then you had to put the thought in his head. You stupid.
Yeah,
He dangled the golden carrot.
Yeah, and all because he's a money mark that got Jim Crockett Promotions now. It's the only reason. Yeah.
Seen how ugly this belt
now
is?
he has all these big matches that I would have loved to see on any other show. Like I would love Jacob Fatu versus Josh Alexander. That's a show-stealing main event.
That's even an
right
Impact
there.
Wrestling on a monthly special to really bring a crossover with MLW and Impact Wrestling.
Yep.
But no, we're just gonna put it on the show that will be overshadowed if Ric Flair does something stupid, which he will no doubt do. But if his life is on the line, then it's gonna be worse. And we can all thank Conrad Thompson for giving the idea to Flair to like, hey, Ric Flair, you want to come back to wrestle one more time?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I'm good with ever supporting Conrad Thompson again.
Well, I will say this. Thank you, Scott
For a
Demore.
while,
Gil,
anyway.
Thank you, Scott Demore, Gail, Kim, and Impact Wrestling, bringing a positive vibe. For 20 years of Impact Wrestling, I look forward towards what's next. You're off to a great start with an incredible Against All Odds show. James, again, if you can't find nothing else to try and find the show your own way, find Trey Miguel versus Speedball Mike Bill.
No. Well, keep in mind, I'm not recommending that you bootleg any other event.
I know you're not. I know you're not.
This event, no. I'm never going to be for this event making money. I'm sorry. And I know that sounds very harsh, but it's also the God's honest way to talk about this. This never, ever should have ever been conceived. Period.
Yeah.
It never should have happened.
I honestly find it tragic that people who know Ric Flair was on death's door would be like, yeah, I want to pay money to see the guy that has a pacemaker who thinks he can just pop it back into place and has half a stomach.
Yeah.
No, let's go watch this potentially life-threatening match. And then they sell out. And then all of a sudden, Conrad Thompson's like, we gotta do bigger. 9,000 people now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, Slammiversary was absolutely incredible. Fuck that event. Slammiversary was absolutely incredible, and I honestly have no complaints, and I look forward towards Impact Wrestling's future. James, Owen, any of y'all have thoughts regarding Slammiversary and what they did with it? Did you check out any of it?
Well, he didn't.
I haven't seen it.
He hasn't seen it.
I haven't. But it sounds like a fantastic show, and yeah, I think it's cool that Impact made it 20 years. There was points, I think, when James and I were talking about it, definitely back in 2015 when Impact lost the TV deal with Destination America. We thought they were done then, but I'm glad that Impact's still sticking around, and their product, is
way better.
Fantastic. Like,
yeah. Like you really reached the bottom of the barrel in 2010, so you can only go up from there.
You're immortal
if you can get
But but no, their product's great when you tune in. Even if they have something that's bad, it's like not even like offensive. It's just kind of like it's just bad. So
it's comedic bad, and the person that you relate to that is Johnny Swinger.
Yeah.
That I digress.
Go away, Heat. Still.
Congrats to Summiversary. Congrats to Impact Wrestling. And again, against all odds, what an incredible follow-up. Tasha Steelz, you proved a lot while you were champion, even though you failed to win the title.
Oh wait, hold on. Kuzan said he had something to say. I want him to...
Go ahead, bro.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I hope they keep it going, because now they finally got the groove. For someone who's like watched TNA. NWA, TNA, Impact, GFW, now looking at like Impact Wrestling as it is, I know this is like obviously it's an anniversary, it's a history event, but they really have their own identity now. Yep. Like they have their own way of just being like, no more of this, this is Impact, and it's a good look, and the presentation's nice as well. I like the intimate arena. I like how the fans are so passionate about the product.
Oh man, that's so much.
Yeah, I enjoy watching guys that I know go into Impact and people just being really happy seeing new guys come in and interacting with their old guys. I think it's really it shows that finally they have the groove back, really. And they again going into a new identity of just being Impact Wrestling. I hope they do well.
I agree.
One thing I will say about Impact is that I do love how much they decided, you know what, this is professional wrestling. Let's be real. It's insane. It's wacky. Let's just embrace the madness. Ain't that right? Who shot Bravo? You dodged that trope.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, but that, to be fair, that was like one of those pandemic type things where everyone was trying to do different approach.
It just kind of made me feel like it's kind of amazing. Like AEW and WWE take their story stuff seriously in their own way.
Real quick, just because I feel really bad because I've been discussing it with you and it's been great talking to you guys about wrestling or whatever. JJ, like ages ago, said I give a shit, James, in reference to the Money in the Bank event. I'm sure you do, and I agree. I would have actually shown that comment without hesitation, JJ. I did not block your comment. It automatically blocked it because it said the S word for whatever reason. So that was not on me. I didn't see it until now, so I just posted it because it auto blocked. So my bad, JJ. If you're still watching this, I don't know if you are, but yeah. Appreciate you sticking with us if you are, and to the 4 viewers that are with us, talk. Give us some comments and feedback. Anyway.
But again, like Kuzan alluded to, literally, Impact Wrestling has always been, even at their worst, we could honestly say they always have been an alternative in the wrestling industry, and stars have been made inside it and have come through it. And where you see them now, male or female, and what they're doing, that's their own choice. But you know for a fact that a lot of them had heavy influence or some sort of influence for TNA or Impact. And right now, what Gail and Scott are doing is tremendous. I hope it continues for the long haul.
It's crazy looking at wrestling now and looking at it compared to any other time. It's like the territories again. Yep, anyone can go anywhere. And honestly, it's healthy. It's healthy for the wrestling economy.
Exactly,
not like money-wise, not just money-wise, but just exposure, getting your name out there. Now, more than ever, you're able to get your name out there, and like Impact really has they help impact the wrestling economy.
I was trying not to use Impact as a pun, but I feel that you just had to do it. And it was needed. And again, like you said, it's a shared wrestling universe. When you think about these up and coming little wrestling promotions, like I watch CCW, an all women's promotion, Capital Championship Wrestling, led by Kylan King, Kayla Sparks. Renegade Twins have been involved in that. I look at Mission Pro, that's always been a standout all women's promotion. Of course, really been pushed forward through the likes of Thunder Rosa. James, you talk about DPW, I believe.
Love
you said
DPW.
Deadlock Pro.
Yeah, Deadlock Pro.
Dude,
OVW, of course,
awesome.
they're still doing their thing. They have a network.
MLW too is really good. Like it
they
really
are
is good. Like when I catch an episode, I'm always intrigued.
There's just so much to be intrigued about and excited for when it comes to what the wrestling industry can offer you and who can show up and make a name for themselves too. It's a beautiful thing nowadays with how expanded the industry has become when it comes to opportunity and exposure and variety.
Yeah.
Outside the W.
100%.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want WWE to join in on the fun, but they have their own. We're gonna have our heads shoved up so far up our new, you know what, and be so arrogant. I want to see a Roman Reigns interact with a Kenny Omega, mostly because of ECW reasons. Paul Heyman and Cyrus the Virus would be awesome to see interact.
Right.
Yeah,
you talk about the head shoved up so far up a hole. John Laurinaitis' head was shoved up a different hole, and we saw what that cost.
Whoa!
I think.
Oh wait, there was something I wanted to mention.
Wait, hold on, Kuzan, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think WWE will allow other wrestlers from other companies to come into their area. They'll let them work in WWE. They won't allow their wrestlers to go out there.
And that's the problem.
That's the issue. You need to be able to spread
the industry is double-sided. They can come in and out.
I get it. I get the view that WWE have. I get the view that Vince have. Look, I have a monopoly on this economy, and I understand that as a businessman. I completely get it. If you have a monopoly on an industry, you're not going to see Apple working with Samsung to see them make a better phone. That just doesn't work. That's not how business works.
Right. But therein defeats the whole purpose, though, Kuzan. They're not a monopoly.
No, I'm not saying
if
it's
there's
fair.
Other people,
I'm not saying it's fair.
He's
but
just
I
looking
understand
at the actual, reality.
from a business side, on the realistic nature of it, I understand. But at least allow those wrestlers, and again, they've done it at the Royal Rumble, but allow those wrestlers to be able to go, like Drew McIntyre or Drew Galloway, being able to go to ICW. Yes, they own the company, I know, but still, my point stands. Allowing people to go back to their original sources and being like, hey, remember when I was here? It's pretty cool, right? Look what I'm doing right now, And this is where it all starts.
Well, I love the fact that you said ICW, because I think about the UK side. I think about ICW. I think about Progress. I think about OTT, and I know some of these companies aren't even under the WWE umbrella. I think about Pro Wrestling Eve per se, and of course
Rev Pro,
right? Rev Pro, of course, there was New Japan Pro Wrestling. Will Ospreay, that freaking Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion.
Rev Pro's a perfect place, a perfect middle ground for wrestling. You have WWE who have their grip on the UK scene, right?
Yeah.
Well,
still
to UK, or so we think. For how much longer, though, is the question, because we're starting to see more of the Vince influence of NXT 2.0 invading NXT UK, and the only good thing that's come out of that so far was Ivy Nile and Micah Satomura had a hell of a match. Ivy Nile has incredible potential. I will say that right now. She is somebody that definitely I could see being something big if booked correctly. Continue.
Yes.
Please just put someone over in this women's division. I'm begging you, from any company.
Please.
Exactly.
If you ever wanted WWE and New Japan to work together in any capacity, Rev Pro is that middle person. That is the place where you can do it, and you don't have to own Rev Pro to do it. Just let them do it. Exactly. Everyone can make money doing it. You don't have to sacrifice being the monopoly of WWE. New Japan can do their thing and keep their IPs, because I know Japanese companies in general, not just wrestling companies, but Japanese companies don't like sharing their IP. I'm amazed the Forbidden Door is even a thing. But Rev Pro is that way. If you can have a middleman, which the indie companies are there to do, if you use independent promotions as middlemen for the bigger companies to use, that's how you get that collaboration working.
And I feel like especially since, the recent years, Impact Wrestling has definitely been a strong example of that, especially with the Digital Media Championship, heavily involved in those other companies' showcasings. There's been countless exclusives for Impact Insiders, which I am one, that literally involve the Digital Media Championship being defended by Impact wrestlers against other wrestlers in other independent companies.
Yep. Yeah, I hope Impact gets more stuff coming their way.
I'm reminded when WWE had the NXT UK Championship at the time, and they were like, we don't have our promotion yet, so Pete Dunne just go out there and wrestle, and then he even fought Will Ospreay.
Show this thing around to people. Make people know that this thing is important.
Right. Yep. I remember that match between Pete Dunne and Ospreay, too. That fucking match was awesome.
The fact that it even happened.
Great.
I remember a match was promoted. I don't know if it ever happened. It was Austin Aries versus Pete Dunne, and it was cool because it was a WWE contracted wrestler facing an Impact contracted wrestler because Aries had just gone back to Impact at the time.
It doesn't have to be full time, right? But you can have one shot situations, and Impact can make that work.
Mm-hmm.
As well as having their own.
But again, also, when you figure about collaboration, you also got to figure about monetization, because at the end of the day, it all costs this.
You don't have to sacrifice your main people, though. You can always have your main people on the top. And that was the main issue with TNA usually.
Yes.
If they don't make that mistake, they can carry on doing what they're doing.
And basically what Impact Wrestling is doing right now, literally, it's not like...
It's all homegrown. It's impressive.
And there's not like a single person above all the rest per se, because anybody could challenge anything at any time. It's all kind of even playing field to a degree.
It does. It makes me wonder if Impact will have their own crossover event with another homegrown deal like DPW, because I feel like they could. I really do. They got a hell of a roster right now.
It'd be
Andrew Everett and Rosemary have been both involved in that.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
exactly. Oh,
I would not rule that out.
That match that Rosemary had, I think it was the first DPW show. I forget the woman's name, the Joshi woman's name involved, but fuck, what a belter that was. That was such a great match.
Joshi Pro needs more exposure in general.
And Deadlock Pro Wrestling is a perfect example to.
You can blame one of the obviously the co-parents of that, like James Darnell, aka CM Pulse. Like, he's a big mark for Japanese.
Oh
wrestling.
yeah, but I'm glad. I'm glad because he knows how to book it too. He
knows what goes into it. He's a genuine fan.
Legitimately, and that's what. You know what? I feel like Tony Khan tried to book it, never could do it because he wasn't that big of a fan of it. He knew of it, and he put it on a show. He didn't know the ins and outs like James does, at all.
Or Kenny Omega.
Or I venture to guess that even Kenny doesn't. Not to the degree that James does, because whatever the hell knowledge he's taken from Joshi Pro Wrestling and put it on his show the way he does, bro, nobody's doing it like Darnell. And I'm not even saying that to kiss up to him because I did a freaking intro for the guy. Like, I'm being dead serious. Nobody.
Okay, well, way to plug yourself, James.
Yeah, cheap plug.
The fact that I can talk about James Darnell as a legitimate entity in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
The guy's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
First and foremost, he started as a YouTuber.
Bro,
Let's Plays.
Bro, I'm calling him James Darnell and completely forgot CM Pulse existed. And I used to call this guy CM Pulse on a daily.
To bring it back to Impact, for DPW and Impact to do something, these are guys who have been supporting TNA from the very get-go.
Yes.
They still support it now. They watch through all their old stuff, looking at the comedy stuff, going, this is good. This comedy stuff is... Kurt Angle sitting in spandex, sunglasses, getting tanned.
Retro review of anything I've ever heard, man.
While it's eye-rolling, yes, I know, but, the fact that
It
they
happened.
can pick, the fact that they look at that and go, "This is good,"
And they're having fun
It might
with
not be serious, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It's actually worthwhile content that engages an audience per se. Even an audience that might not be uneducated to wrestling, they can still look at this and be like, "This is funny. I'm curious what else this brings."
You
know?
want to see Kurt Angle getting a suntan?
My God.
Like,
And
who's
God,
Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
His
Man
title's getting
What
stolen.
is he wearing?
It's amazing.
His underwear is
Real
not getting
quick,
stolen.
to wrap up
All
this bow, I'm gonna read a
Impact
comment. I'm gonna wrap up this this idea and segue into our next topic because I think it would be a good segue with a comment from JJ. JJ's always supporting. We appreciate it, brother. He says a quote from Clint Burton, who was Hawkeye in the Avengers, and straight from the movie here. The cube is a doorway, right? Doors open from both sides. That's a perfect segue to Forbidden Door if I've ever heard one. Owen.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
I want you to talk about it, man, because I'm pretty sure you haven't really talked that much in the podcast because we've been going back and forth. So I'm going to let you have the floor. You run this down if you want,
got this,
man.
Owen. You got this.
So
man.
yeah, Forbidden Door finally took place, and I think there was some worries of how the show was going to be because we had injuries that plagued the show, and politics was getting in the way with certain talent not being able to be booked on the show, like Andrade El Idolo and the Lucha Bros because of the AAA contracts and all that type of stuff. So
thanks, Cartel.
A lot of people were wondering, was the show going to be successful? Because some of the New Japan talent weren't getting quite the reactions that I think everyone thought that they were going to get. I think the only one that got like a big reaction was Jay White, but that's because he's been on Impact lately, so that I don't know if it was really a New Japan thing.
I gotta say, I feel like, for example, based on what they were, Chicago, hardcore wrestling fans, the mecca of professional wrestling, everybody from New Japan to a degree got a decent action, but the people that got the biggest reactions was not just Jay White, it was definitely Okada and Suzuki.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when I said that, I was talking more so like the show's building up to Forbidden Door, not necessarily Forbidden Door itself.
Fair enough, considering when those men actually came into play, and Jay White has been more the predominant example of New Japan pro wrestling to hype up that side for Forbidden Door, since it was literally hyped up by him and Adam Cole. So I'll give you that. Continue.
And then we had Forbidden Door happen, and it was such a fantastic show.
Pay-per-view of the year for me right now. Pay-per-view of the year for me by far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of going through it. I don't want to talk about it too much because I feel like I don't want to diminish Spoke because I'll be talking about that a lot on there. So
you're doing a great job with that, by the way. Thank you for keeping the spark alive.
So yeah, to kind of run it down though. I really enjoyed the show. I think I liked how they had a lot of the New Japan talent and AEW talent both go over in the matches when neither company looked weak. I thought that was good.
Yes.
My favorite match of the night was Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy, just because I really didn't know who was going to go over in that match. Because
James, I thought you were going to lose your voice at one point with the way you reacted.
They were. Thank you.
I watched your reaction on the Meacham Network.
Bro, I legitimately. I like Orange Cassidy, but IWGP US champion was a stretch because of his gimmick, and damn near they made me believe it could happen and they did a good job doing it too, and I damn near had a heart attack 3 times.
At least twice when I was trying to call the action, you and Jeff were having a field day.
Yeah, Jeff Meacham. I'll quote Jeff. Will Orange. I have heart problems. That is not okay what just happened.
Yeah. It was just a fantastic match.
That was my match of the night. And Eric, I think you summed it up perfectly as far as this presentation, how we didn't get Andrade, but we got this instant classic instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing, Rocky Romero came out with this. Orange Cassidy was like, I don't think I can hang with Will Ospreay. I'm unsure about that.
Bullshit! You kidding me, Orange? Dude, don't doubt yourself ever again like that, dude. Holy hell, you had a hell of a match.
Endorsed by the freaking wrestler Katsuyori Shibata. You're a main man for life.
Bro, for real.
Yeah. Also, I got a new update regarding what was at one point planned for Forbidden Door, but
hold off on that.
Certain tag team scrapped it.
Let's
let Owen finish writing down the card when we talk about the match of the night because he still has everything else.
Yeah, we had. I like the triple threat to match for the ROH and IWGP tag team titles.
That could have gone anyone's way.
Yeah, I love how they worked the injury with Dax Harwood. I thought the guy was legitimately injured, which he still could have been, but he was healthy enough to finish the match. And I am so happy that FTO have the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles because
they are the tag team of tag team professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Period.
We had Sting, Darby Allin, and Shingo Takagi versus Bullet Club's Young Bucks and
the new version of Dudes with Attitudes, baby. Shingo Takagi and the Scorpion Death Droppers. Let's go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels. Your time has passed.
Sting's dive off the stage was awesome, and the highlight of the match was. I just can't believe.
Go ahead.
There's no spelling of Sting throughout, by the way. Don't forget that.
Go ahead, Owen.
Yeah. I just can't believe how well El Phantasmo and the Bucks gelled well together, especially when they were doing the back leg spots together.
Oh dude, it was like a well-oiled machine. Those three, I thought. I thought ELP was like, are we sure he's not a young buck? Sure?
He definitely fits the mold.
We sure about the? Can we double check that? Okay. Yep. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, what else? One of the sleeper matches on the show was actually on the buy-in. It was Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland versus El Desperado and Kanemaru. I can't pronounce his first name.
Yoshinobu Kanemaru. It really tested
Tony Khan.
Yeah, I
really
love that match.
Tested the chemistry of Swerve in his glory, but it also showed how resilient and aware, sneaky Suzuki-gun could be. This was a hell of a match.
You know what? Sleeper matches. You want to talk about sleeper matches on the buy-in? Nick Camarado and Lance Archer was a hell of a fucking sleeper match.
That was a beast brawl that wasn't even announced before the show. That was just for the audience, surprise.
That was really well done. And then the other members of the factory. Who was it? QT Marshall and Aaron Solo versus Yoshihashi and
Hiroki Goto.
Yeah. That match actually surprised the hell out of me. I know how good QT is, but they've done with QT what they've done with QT. I know how good Aaron Solo is because I've seen him on the indies. But I didn't expect how well these two teams are going to gel well together. So kudos to them.
Yeah.
Kudos to them.
All around.
Also, I like the women's match a lot. I was kind of worried how the women's match.
Yeah. Agreed.
I was kind of worried how the women's match was going to stand up because it felt out of place when they when they booked it, but it actually didn't feel out of place at all because it worked really well.
Ronda Rosa talked about on the road to how these two were the only women represented at this pay-per-view. They had to set a standard. They had to make a point, and they did. This was Stardom strong style level competition that pushed Mera beyond normal boundaries, where she couldn't put her away with her finisher. She had to go to Dustin Rhodes' playbook to put down Toni Storm, and it left more to be desired. And as Tony Khan alluded to, if he could have booked Stardom Town, he would have. But they're all busy, and visas are a bitch.
Yeah, and honestly, this was the best. If that's the case,
Kyrie.
If that's the case, this was the perfect substitute because I can't think of a better person that represented Stardom back in the day than the Wonder of Stardom champion. So there you go.
Multiple time Stardom champion, Grand Prix winner, and participant. I think she was a silver medal tournament winner too. Toni Storm has as strong as a resume in Stardom as Io Shirai, maybe. And Io Shirai is the most predominant name in Stardom history besides Mayu Itami. Anyway, continue, Owen.
The opener, Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara versus Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Red Shoes' son. That was that was gold. I love.
What a coming out party! What a coming out party for Shoto, dude. Wow.
AEW with the consistency. We're going all the way back to Wrestle Kingdom 12. Remembering the fact that Jericho laid out Uemura all that time ago.
In a
It was
match
just-
with Omega, which I'm like, holy shit, they're going back that fucking far? Wow.
Yeah.
Use continuity to our advantages.
And I
And
keep
I love-
saying it. The IWGP United States Championship is the true first key that brought us to the Vendor in the first place, where New Japan Pro Wrestling got to put themselves deeper into America.
Yep.
And the callback they did where Uemura still kind of got his revenge on Jericho because he ended up putting him in the Boston Crab, and it was just gold. This match was gold, and even though it was predictable that the heels were going to win because it was for the main advantage of blood and guts, but it was still a hell of a match.
Yeah.
And again, Suzuki, Kingston, I need that one-on-one somehow. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
And then later on in the night, when Chris Jericho comes up and just throws a fireball in the guy's face, I mean, there's a reason that guy's a wizard. It's, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the
Go
four-way match.
ahead, go ahead, Kuzan.
No, I just said it's the fedora.
It is the
Yeah.
fedora. I agree.
Nice guy,
Uh,
Christian.
I have a fedora.
The Fatal 4-Way match to crown the first All-Atlantic champion was a hell of a match. I thought Clark Connors had his best performance I've ever seen him have.
James, before Owen speaks, you really were talking about how Clark Connors didn't feel like he, they should have put maybe like Alex Coffin, for example, in this. Did Clark Connors,
yeah.
make the judgment?
Oh, yeah. Man, I was shocked. Listen, I only said Alex Coughlin because I'm a DPW mark, and his match with Calvin Tankman absolutely ruled. Go watch it. DPW Fire.
Fair enough.
But, man, this Clark Connors cat's got something, man. He's got an intensity that I can't even describe. Like, he's really, really good. He's
a former young lion, graduate of the New Japan, LA Dojo, trained under the likes of Katsuya Shibata, graduating with the likes of Carl Fredericks and Alex Coughlin. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah, it was.
And he was put into this spot because Tomoshi E was injured in the very match that he lost. That didn't get him in the first place.
But yeah, I love this match a lot. Everybody came out good coming out of it. I was really surprised they went with Pac because I thought they were going to end up going with Miro since he just came back and everything. But I think this made sense to go with Pac in a sense, just because the dude's been with AEW for a while. He's had to sit at home because of this stupid pandemic. This guy deserves a fucking one with a title. He deserves it.
He does. I can't honestly. I'm not even
for
mad.
the longest time.
I literally said on a prediction show that I wouldn't be mad if any of the guys won. That was before Carter's was replaced, obviously, and then he changed my judgment in the actual match. So I wouldn't have been mad with either guy winning here.
Yeah.
Clark Connors at one point took all three men out at once and came this close to winning.
Yeah, what a gore, by the way. What did they call him? The Wild Rhino? Basically.
Wild Rhino,
He's Rhino. He's just Rhino, but, like, mainly because of that gore, dude. Holy shit, that reminded me so much of Rhino. Like, full-on gore through the table, man. That was so cool. What a great freaking...
Yeah. Also, speaking of Miro, here's the thing. I know we're getting a little off topic, but I wanted to bring this up. They have a chance to do this match. They could give Miro a title at Death Before Dishonor.
Yeah.
Yes, they could.
Because he called out Samoa Joe.
Oh.
Okay, we need that match. Sorry, Jay Lee.
Yes.
Okay, but here's the thing. I think Miro may have accidentally applied for the Blackpool Combat Club for one particular reason.
Go ahead.
Why?
He channeled the Bryan Danielson of fetishes.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
This is what he said. I respect Samoa Joe a lot. He's such a legit ass kicker that I would love to face him and have that classic. And this is what he said. Put that meat to work. I will channel Biggie and Brian.
Big men colliding and testing each other's chests. Miro versus Samoa Joe. Match waiting to happen. We'll see.
Yeah.
But also, as you alluded to, Eric.
Hold on. Wait. Jack, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Miro, like big size queen.
Put it politely.
Yeah.
But yeah, as we know, in the second ever show of the Ring of Honor reboot under Tony Khan, Death Before Dishonor will be later this month in July. So stay tuned for more on that, folks, in the Jeff Meacham Network and also here too.
How much you want to bet, Jack, that you and I are the only ones that get the size queen reference?
This is terrible.
James hasn't told you.
Yeah.
That being said,
Go.
again, I'm innocent. I'm simple. That being said, Owen, I think you have 3 matches left.
Yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. facing the mystery opponent. One of the mystery opponent ended up being was Claudio Castagnoli. I love that they made it
member of the Blackpool Combat Club with a remixed version of the 1812 Overture. Absolutely love it.
I love how it was almost a squash, and then like it ended up just being this great competitive match. It was a hell of a match, and Claudio Castagnoli, I mean, I hate to say it, but he's free of the WWE system now.
Don't hate to say it. Are you kidding me? This professional wrestler is free now to explore, enjoy, and embrace that renewed passion from a fan base that understands professional wrestling. He's always been great, delivered classes with everybody. Now he is free to truly be himself, and he will thrive.
He looks really good in tights.
Wait, go ahead. Go ahead, Kuzan. Sorry, you cut out actually.
He looks really good in tights.
Yeah.
I know this is like a really weird thing. It's amazing to see him go from just trunks, which he's a tall dude. Keep in mind.
Yeah, he is.
But like when you have him wear tights, especially like the designs, and seeing him in black.
Yeah, it does show that off.
He looks really good.
I
the whole red and black and the rugby inspired attire.
I love the rugby inspired attire. I'm like, yes.
It looks good.
It's so good.
It works. It works so damn well. And now he's the newest member of the Blackpool Combat Club.
Bro.
You couldn't find a more perfect fit.
I don't want to see him in trunks anymore. Never ever wear trunks.
Ever again.
Agreed.
Agreed. Yes.
Yes, you have very nice, like, sir, but please, like, for the sake of all our sakes, you know.
And what a wild.
Your thighs do be thick, but cover them up because you look bad.
There you go. What a wild.
Claudio.
Go ahead.
Claudio. So
yes,
when he showed up on AEW on Forbidden Door, it was said that WWE Town was shocked that he went there. Like, wait, how? This is impossible. We offered him so much money. And it's
Owen, do you think it was a shock?
Not at all. He was the guy I thought it was going to be the. What? Why would they be
surprised? Their grandmother
go ahead. Go. Let Owen speak. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Why would they think this is a surprise? This dude was legit ready to be a world champion 3 times and didn't get the belt. He won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, got dick shit out of that. What else? He did.
He faced Roman Reigns and lost. He
Yeah.
won at WrestleMania, and then Seth Rollins won the following show, and that momentum just literally got reverted back to zero.
Oh, don't forget about this. Don't forget about this one. Wasn't there something that happened in like 2015 where like they didn't capitalize on him? He faced Kevin Owens at SummerSlam, and then like he just let losing and losing. He returned it in 2016. He returned.
Had a
and then
short-term feud with Sheamus, which was a pretty fun singles affair, best of 7 series.
Hey, how about the time he jobbed to Dolph Ziggler 2 straight falls in a 2 out of 3 falls match? Remember that one?
Oh, how about this one? How about
he did that? I know why they did that.
Because Dolph.
Yeah. No, how about this one though?
Go ahead.
Eric, hold on, I'm curious what Eric's got as a result.
What?
Go ahead, Eric.
What's the reason?
I was gonna say. Apparently, Claudio had heat right before the show because he said no one wants to see John Cena and Randy Orton for like the 5,000th time.
Oh my God, that's right.
They did punish him for that, didn't they?
We covered that too, didn't we? On the rundown, I think.
Attack our Lord and Savior Cena and Orton.
They did punish him for that, didn't they?
We didn't know each other.
Wow.
Oh, we didn't know each other
for having
That's right.
An original idea that a multitude of people that follow the WWE probably agreed with.
Was it really that long ago? That was 2014, Owen?
Yeah. It's like Night of Champions?
Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's not forget about this one that they did with Claudio. He was fucking yodeling. He was yodeling. he was. I'm not making this up. The dude was yodeling on live TV.
You brought me back to a flashback that I never, ever wanted to remember in my lifetime again. I can't. Oh my God.
And
did
if
really,
it-
yeah.
And if at one point I thought Claudio, aka Cesaro, was going to be part of NXT UK after that instant classic sleeper at NXT UK Takeover at Cardiff, where he took on Ela Dragunov.
How WWE utilized Cesaro. Look at my headphones, and that's exactly how they utilize Cesaro. There we go.
They sent him back to NXT as well, and they had like a really good feud with William Regal.
Let's also
who knocked it out of the park.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's also not forget the way they followed up his NXT UK appearance. I believe he lost to the Miz in like 5 minutes right after that too.
He did. Wasted. Not fully appreciated. Not pushed to be the champion and the top star he damn sure deserves to be. You got the ball, WWE. You have yourselves to play.
Why are we laughing about this?
Here's the thing about Claudio's run.
Because he's in a better place.
Right after he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal all those years ago, they did have a huge plan for him. They wanted to do Claudio versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, make him the next Bryan Danielson since Daniel Bryan was hurt. But then they were like, well, he's not being a sports entertainer, so fuck him.
Yeah. Because FTR, again, they didn't want to be sports entertainers. They wanted to be professional wrestlers. Claudio's been a professional wrestler 20 years in the game, and now he's with a group with the likes of Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson, and bright up-and-coming professional wrestler in his own right, Wheeler Yuta, with Regal as head. This is brilliant beyond all belief.
And guys, just before Noah doesn't mean head like Al Snow's head. He means the leader. Let's just make sure everybody knows.
Yeah. There is a rundown crossover. People might get confused. He's right.
Okay, well, I'm actually not listed as a coach yet on that.
They were surprised. WWE's talent was apparently surprised that why would he sign with them? Did Tony Khan have more money than we thought?
It has nothing to do with money. I cannot believe.
I
seriously can't believe. Are they really still thinking it's just money to these fucking people? Really?
No, come on, he does Twitch.
This is what I wrote on Twitter. This is what I wrote. Because not every single wrestler on the goddamn planet does it just for money. Imagine how Booker T's handling this revelation. His head's probably exploding.
Well, Booker T has been 50-50 in his realization and conversation regarding WWE and AEW for the longest time. He's not fully out of touch, but he's happy.
We mentioned he could have made very substantial amount of money, but even though likely, he would likely not get any big push.
Of course not. They had nothing.
Yeah.
They saw, and Owen and Jack and I have covered this for years, but I'm pretty sure before we even knew either of you guys, Eric and Noah, we've been covering this shit for fucking ever. It feels like it's unbelievable that they misutilized him for so long, and they were shocked why he didn't resign. And the minute he comes into AEW, reignites the Claudio Castagnoli spark that got him signed there in the first place.
The fact that they were so patient. Yeah. The fact that he was so patient for so many years. Think about how many years he's been in that company. And he's never complained, really. He's done everything he can to the book of how they wanted it to.
Yeah.
And he never said a bad thing. He was a good company man. He never said a bad thing about the company or anything. Never had a bad thing to say about the company. But as soon as he was he saw an opportunity to do better, he was like, all right. I think this isn't working anymore. I gotta do something.
Yeah, I think it was this last push where he beat Seth at Mania, fought Roman for the belt, and didn't get the belt. I think that was the last straw.
He was doing really well, during the Thunderdome era. After his match with Rollins, I thought he was going somewhere because it was interesting.
I agree.
Same, and then all of a sudden,
I was like, all right.
Claudio's rise and then quick fall in WWE Part 47.
Yeah, over and over again too. I feel like,
we lost a host.
We did lose a host. Well, there he goes. But something happened there, Noah.
What?
Accidental?
What happened?
My internet glitched, I guess. That was weird.
You trying to tag out, bro? Why?
No. I mean, at least my device didn't crash on me. I've had crashes with this, so I need to replace my battery.
Yeah.
Let me.
That IT tech issues. But anyway, continue. The bottom line is this: they dropped the ball on Cesaro.
Bro,
I know another
this-
company dropped the ball on.
To me, for Owen, the Orange Cassidy Will Ospreay match was the match of the night, and I love that match. But
yes,
to me, this was the match of the night. Sabre, dude. First off, Sabre Jr. and Claudio gel so fucking well together. Give me that match again in my lifetime, please. That's number one. Number two, Claudio, I've never seen him look more rejuvenated, more happy, more enthralled with being a pro wrestler, with being I'll even say it, sports entertainer. I've never seen him so happy, bro. He comes in and he's just the roar this dude gets. It's on levels of like Punk and Danielson.
16,000 people in the United Center lost their
Screamed when it was Claudio, dude. Screamed when it was him. Like, that United Center blew the fuck up when he came through that tunnel. Unbelievable pop. So great.
Yes.
Seek this match out, if nothing else, to me. Because this was, if
Yeah.
you're a Cesaro fan, this is the match you're going to want to see. It's his match with Zack Sabre Jr.
Him shaking hands with William Regal, like, in a very elegant way, is, like, the most charming thing I've ever seen. I think it's, like, one of the most wholesome things I've seen.
Absolutely.
I know it's not like him wrestling and doing, like, incredible moves, but, like, just him standing next to William Regal and just shaking his hand whilst having his arm around William Regal. Like, that's like...
What a fucking...
image in my head. That's, like, an image in my head.
What
that I never thought about.
Seriously, what a fucking group, by the way, that we have, dude. Like,
This is the most prolific group right now in professional wrestling, in my opinion, that can define the future of this business.
Bro, Danielson, Yuta, Claudio, Moxley.
Yeah.
Like, this group rules.
And Regal's influence.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Claudio being in this group makes so much sense too, because Regal said on commentary, I think it was this week or somewhere, Claudio retired William Regal from professional wrestling. It totally makes sense for him to be in this group.
He said it during Blind Guts, which will be our main event that we'll give Eric the head to talk on about. But let's finish Forbidden Door. You got 2 matches left. Bottom line, Claudio, welcome back professional wrestling.
The 4-way match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and was what it was. It was a good match, but the finish is unfortunate. But I will say this. At least, I'll say this. At least AEW has learned a lesson to end a match when somebody's hurt. We've seen a lot of occasions where they should have ended a match where Matt Hardy, John Silver in that fatal 4-way tag match that the Young Bucks won to get the title match, and you could make the argument the Lance Archer match with him and Eddie Kingston.
I mean, they ended that pretty quickly, though. In fairness, they ended that pretty quickly.
Yeah, that was pretty quickly.
Well, again, it wasn't the first time we had this situation. Again, the most scary situation was back at All Out. Was it 2020? Where Sammy Guevara and Matt Hardy nearly killed each other on concrete.
That was bad.
Yeah, you can even make the you can even make the argument. I believe there was another Sammy Guevara Matt Hardy match where Sammy got hurt really bad, and that should have ended too.
Yeah, it was. I think it might have been their cinematic match actually. Now that I think about it.
No, I think it was the tables match they had on.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. It was the tables. Yeah, they killed each other. I don't know what it is. But
And didn't Sammy throw an actual real chair at Matt Hardy?
That was a complete
real
In fairness to AEW, though, and to in fairness to Sammy at least, not so much AEW, because why do you only have one fake chair? That was a complete freak accident. But yeah, we're going off the weeds again. But
going back to this 4-way dance, it has so much potential, as James alluded to. It just got called off because, again, Adam Cole, he was beyond the point of recovery that he couldn't even kick out of what Clue was supposed to be.
And Okada was on the outside because he suffered a concussion too, so they just need.
Well, he got rocked in the head multiple times, and one of those shots must have hit him just in that right spot, or wrong spot in this case.
Because you could tell we weren't even anywhere near close to done to the match, because we still had yet to see the Rainmaker, we still had yet to see the Last Shot, and Panama Sunrise, we still had yet to see the Buckshot. We did.
Finally,
Go ahead, Jack.
I find the interview with Jay White and what do they call it? They call it like the post show like scrum, post media scrum.
Yes.
The interview with Jay White, like that was really interesting. I don't know, like I think I got worked, but like
yeah.
There's like
it was a weird situation.
It is.
There was so much weird. There was like so much weird, and you could tell like.
And Tony looked stressed. Like I've never.
He looked scared.
No, I'm not even gonna. Let's get to the main event. By the way, was awesome as well, Owen. If you want to talk about that, because I want to talk about.
I thought
before we go to break.
I thought the main event was awesome. I loved John Moxley versus Tanahashi. I liked how we got to see Moxley wrestle a different style. Them putting up the fact that just, Moxley's taking Tanahashi out of his comfort zone. And eventually Tanahashi had to fight kind of out of his comfort zone to even get any advantage on John Moxley. Moxley winning the belt obviously makes sense. He's finally completed his goal to go after all the top guys in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and now he's
not all the top guys.
Not yet.
Yeah. But now we're gonna have at some point John Moxley, if he's still champ by then, versus CM Punk to unify the championships. John Moxley is now the first ever two-time AEW World Champion, and I think this is awesome. So
this is so good.
And as we learned, he's already got his first challenger before CM Punk, thanks to a callback brought forward from World War III, their WCW trademark, after we saw World Rampage, Brody King.
Yeah.
First time ever.
We'll get to that.
But there is one more thing. It's what happened after Hiroshi Tanahashi and Moxley. The Jericho Appreciation Society decides to wreck the event with to tape it. And then, this is the part where I was like, man, I'm going to love it when he becomes world champion. Eddie Kingston's interaction with Claudio.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Wow.
The history between those two back in the independent scene. Oh god, I was like, oh god, this is gonna be an awesome match,
dude.
They're gonna capitalize on this. They're gonna capitalize on this.
It's gonna be so good, and because I love a feud where both guys are gonna come out on the better end of it because they're just way too good for each other for it not to happen. Kingston and Claudio are the personification of that. First off, there's real-life issues between the two of them. They can play off that so well, so good. Number two, they're great freaking workers. One's fighting from an underdog style, the other one's a freaking juggernaut of a human being. Like this, that alone is like great. You got that guy who's basically an underdog getting his, basically patronized by this Swiss Superman type. This is so good. Like, the story writes itself, man. I'm so looking forward to this feud. Like, God.
Me too.
God, please don't injure them. Please.
Yeah, but if they do the match, want to know what I'm expecting to happen?
Go ahead.
What?
I'm expecting Claudio to really get under Eddie Kingston's skin by doing this. And what did the other place see you as? Just a mere teacher to be yelled at.
We saw Eddie Kingston already call out Jericho with the whole fact about sports entertainment, and literally they were a block away from WWE home turf. So and that literally led to long-term story time right there. It led to the Jericho Society forming and the sports entertainment gimmick being really played into Jericho's rehabilitation of his character. So again, sky's the limit. But bottom line, Forbidden Door, Pay of the Year, and hopefully an annual standard to come that will expand from here and welcome more in. I hope to see Stardom and Impact and DDP Pro and more Joshi Pro Wrestling Showcase next year, to say the least.
And I hope more Ring of Honor representation too, other than just a tag title match. Like, definitely got to have more Ring of Honor in there as well, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to say this. Apparently, there was a different plan for the tag team titles for IWGP.
Ooh, go for it.
Originally, Gato wanted the Young Bucks to win the win the tag titles, so they can fight FTR with both teams having 2 titles each. But the Young Bucks were like, "Nah, we kind of like it if FTR has them. That makes more sense for them."
Because again, these guys are not in the business for themselves.
Yeah.
That's really cool by the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
You know what though? I hope, and I recommended this booking idea, and I'm a booker at heart. That's just what I am.
Yes, you are.
Impact tag titles for the Young Bucks, and more importantly, NWA tag team.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying as well.
They got to go for those. The Heat would be nuclear there, man. Be
and it's
nuclear.
also, at this point, the biggest sets of remaining tag team championships that FTR has yet to get to become the infinite star-rated tag team of all time.
And by the way, if NWA is getting politics blocking their freaking mindset, hey, get rid of Aldis or get rid of Corgan. Might solve your problems. Just saying. Sorry, not sorry.
I say get rid of Corgan more so.
We'll talk about Corgan on another episode because this is already long enough as it is, and we still have to go to another break. But I'm going to close out this topic before we go on to break with a comment from JJ again. It literally is a one long comment, and he says, they legit need to have an episode of Rampage with Claudio doing the same spin and the feed cutting off because time expired on the broadcast. Then have a following week's Dynamite open with him still doing the swing on the same opponent and actually finishing the match. That's
too darn good, like CM Punk just remaining asleep in the middle of the ring. That's too darn good.
The problem is, though...
you gotta love AEW, man.
Go ahead, Owen.
They could do it on Dynamite since this taped the same day. They could just have Dynamite and like that Rampage.
You're right. It's more practical that way. That's more practical that way. Yeah, JJ, like the idea. We gotta invert it though because it's more practical. Owen, you're a genius. You're a genius, Owen.
I hope now I see that when I go see AEW Dynamite and Rampage in Cleveland.
All right, so we are around the 2-hour, 30-minute mark, close to it. And when we come back, we're going to cover Blood and Guts, and we're going to cover Royal Rampage. Those will be our final two topics for tonight. We will be right back. Again, don't close that window. We got one more break on tap.
A table from hell with the Psycho Asylum. An Iron Man match of factorial proportions. Man.
In this fight, I will melt you down to slag.
Versus machine.
I calculate a 0.85% chance that you will win in your current condition.
All metal mayhem. Calling Horizon.
When you throw me into the wolves, I will return leading the pack.
Vera McGarden.
And I'll do anything to be the warrior on top.
For the Athena title. Best friends turned bitter rivals. Johnny Starr.
Don't get in the way of the star or you'll get burned.
James, the Archangel.
I'm the real star of this brand.
For the international title. The Outsider, Mark Young. The Executioner, Michael X. For the WYW World Heavyweight title. 2 out of 3 fall.
Inside.
In a hell in a cell. WYW Immortal. Now available on YouTube.
Hibiki TMD on YouTube, retro gaming, pro wrestling, podcast, Terry Bollea, Hibiki Honors, Hibiki Quickie, everything in between. Hit that subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. And hey! Watch out for pedestrians, pal! You on the bike! Slow down!
Hit that subscribe down below. Check us out at the Hibiki TMD on Twitter, Hibiki TMD on YouTube. Oh, the goddamn goodness.
If you like the content that you saw today, make sure you check out For the Win Productions and subscribe to the affiliates of this conglomerate. A Simple Man Studios, Insanity Works Studios, Genele's Beauty Slam, J. Hebert Studios, Wrestling Fortune 44 Incorporated, Owen the Talkinator Studios, and of course, Weymouth Youth Wrestling. All in the J. Hebert Side 95 modules. Subscribe today. We shall plug it. Plug.
Here we go, folks. There's been a lot of talk. It's time for our main event.
I went to the wrong graphic, by the way. Damn it. I was so close to being perfect tonight. Oh.
No, what are you, Mark? Are you gonna be the Mark Henry other one down? It's time for the main event.
Look, I watch Rampage and Dynamite every week, and you know what that means. I am All Elite, so maybe I am that. At the end of the day, I'm a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. I've been All Elite since day zero. And all we have left is AEW, and what a week it's been since the fallout, literally this week, for All Elite Wrestling, because we got the second ever Blood and Guts. And I leave that now to Eric to take to the floor and explain and demonstrate.
Yeah.
Violence personified.
Yeah.
Perfect title.
Yeah.
Oh, and also Sally Santana got hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah.
Why is everyone getting hurt?
I will say this. We can all say this now. Blood and Guts is a clear pop for AEW's ratings. 1 million.
Fuck yeah! Let's go. Let's go.
Professional wrestling. Congratulations.
I mean,
love it.
hold on. Gotta put this in perspective. We know that the Nielsen rating doesn't matter, but when they do break 1 million on Nielsen, it does good. So good. Okay, continue, Eric.
Also, here's the thing. Brian Alvarez even had to mute his tweet because he knew you're gonna get the goalpost shifters.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Yeah, of course. But I do recall one thing he did that was mentioned about the demo rating. It was reportedly insane. Like it was the top programming throughout the show.
Nice.
That's fair.
Considering this Blood and Guts match was half of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 0.36 in the demo.
Impressive.
Nice.
I love hearing how professional wrestling is being acknowledged and is thriving when it comes to actual attention. Because you want the industry to grow. You want it to be noticed. And continue.
Also, I'm going to just say that Eddie Kingston was the highlight of the show.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
Like when he came out, I was like, "Oh god, he's gonna do something insane!" And then he's just like whacking away all the JAS members with the kendo stick like they're flies.
Yeah, throwing Sammy Guevara off the cage through the table.
They fixed the mistake they made last time.
Big time.
Yeah, big time.
I put out the tweet. This was above and beyond in strides what the first Blood and Guts was.
Oh, no
Top
doubt.
Bottom.
And by the way, the undercard for this event,
up.
real quick before you bring that up, undercard was pretty decent too as well. This undercard was way better than the first one. So all in all, this Blood and Guts was like leagues above. By the way, real quick, before we even say anything, we have to mention this. Danhausen getting FTR in their corner. First off, I never thought I wanted to see it until they did it. What the hell? Do more of that, please, number one. Number two, holy shit, does FTR look so good with all that gold on their shoulders and their waist, dude. It's so fucking based. I love it, dude.
Don't worry,
holy
we'll have
shit.
more soon in August.
You better goddamn believe it.
But I will mention this. Luchasaurus being controlled by Palpatine Christian.
Oh my god, it's so good. He's got, dude, Turtleneck Christian Cage is the best Christian Cage.
I'm sick of people sleeping on this.
Yeah, I am too, Kuzan. I'm with you.
Honestly, like I've loved Christian Cage like from when I was a kid, and like I've loved Christian and I've loved Edge for like 2 totally different reasons, and like to be able to finally see him, like even though like I'm 24 years old now, and being able to see Christian like do this great psychology, just messing with people's heads, and like some of the stuff he's saying is like really
it's all incredibly
it's so bad.
Yeah,
he now works everyone and makes it extremely personal with Jungle Boy and his family. Attach his mother, attach his best friend. The only thing he has to attach is his woman.
And then he gets his fucking dinosaur and turns him to the dark side. Bro, I was so ready for heel Luchasaurus. I didn't know how badly I wanted it until he came out in all black.
And then he
It
did the
worked.
snare trap with a nerve hold.
So
Poor,
fucking awesome.
poor Serpentico, man. He was so scared.
Poor Serpentico, man. They did him dirty. Poor guy.
Here's something ironic about Luchasaurus being indoctrinated by Christian Cage.
What is it?
Remember, before he was Luchasaurus, he was originally going to be indoctrinated by Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
That's true. Real quick,
Yeah.
before we...
But here's the thing I wanted to mention about Blood and Guts about Eddie Kingston's big moment at the top.
Go ahead.
I'll say.
He's been publicly saying this. I am afraid of heights.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up there because my hatred for Jericho's that deep.
Bro,
yeah.
Dude, I've never seen, like... And for the record, before we get into anything, I just want to read this comment. JJ says, there was also an NBA Finals or Stanley Cup Cruiserweight Championship games. Cruiserweight games, what the fuck? Championship games being played because they were decided, rather. Will they maintain it next week is the real question. That is a very good question. I think with this Royal Rampage, they are going to do pretty well with that. They did advertise that Moxley was going to defend the championship, and they did advertise that Punk was going to be there the week following, I believe, in a unification match. Could be wrong on that. I don't know if it's that week, but I know Punk is back that week. So I think they're definitely trying. It's not for lack of trying. That's for damn sure. But I love that Kingston went and did that because it really sold the danger already. But like legitimately, you could tell the dude was legit terrified. And just to put it in perspective, this dude, Kingston, has gone through so much hell in his life. For him to be that terrified, and we know he has anxiety, but for him to be that terrified, you felt it. We all felt it. You can watch our live reactions on our watch party of Blood and Guts, and I believe JJ, you might have been there for this as well. We were fucking so anxious for him. We were going sick with seeing some of the spots. We'd be like, get the fuck down, please get the fuck down. Like even Cesaro's running there like a madman, and he's like doing poses, and I'm like, no, stop doing it, no more, stay put, or get the fuck down if you're gonna run around like a maniac.
James, you also gotta consider we literally had the very two men this all began with after AW Revolution, where it was. And even before that, this whole thing was an endgame between Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho for now that dissolved into the battle of sports entertainers versus professional wrestlers, and the unified front by the JAS once again on point. Now a Taekwondo part of the scene. And Ruby Soho coming into play also on behalf of Eddie Kingston. And then, of course, you figure out some of the spots. We got people getting forked up. We had broken glass pile driver. We had reverse vacuum cleaner on Tax. Barbed wire baseball bat. We had Hager go through a table hard way. We had combination tag team offense by the Blackpool Combat Club. Daniel Garcia, Sammy Guevara broke out Daniel Garcia and Will Yuta broke out in a firefight. Sammy Guevara still showed up while he was the Spanish God.
We had the clash of the real Americans.
There's one more spot. They recreate the Age of the Fall moment.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What a just chucking Sammy, and they did a really good job too doing this fall, and the Mad King Kingston just with
a smile.
No, I didn't say Sammy's fall. I said Age of the Fall. You know, that iconic upside down bleeding profusely moment.
Oh, I love it. When Matt Menard was through the cage.
Yeah, that was Matt Menard, not Angelo Parker. But what
the only thing missing from this is Jimmy Jacobs screaming on the top of his lungs on a microphone.
Well, Ty Conti was screaming enough when her man was getting brutalized, and Sammy Guevara is one of the only men to not bleed during this match.
And here's the thing, how it ended, Eddie Kingston is not satisfied now.
Yeah, so there's reasons to continue the feud.
It leaves more to be desired between Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston, but for now, Eddie Kingston can take pride in the moment because he was the one being hoisted up and praised in victory. And it looked like for now,
and
he and Claudio have buried the hatchet.
For now, but it's not over yet.
No,
Kingston's still pissed. And the Mad King, don't forget. And that's what I love. I love that he's mad that he didn't get his moment in the sun. He wanted to be the one to tap out Jericho because he's done it before, and Claudio stole that moment from him. Absolutely, absolutely love this storytelling going forward, and I cannot wait for their match. Whatever show you can do it. You can do it at Death Before Dishonor. You could do it at All Out. You could do it wherever. I don't matter to me. Just book the match. Book all the matches. Book all the pay-per-views. I'm good. I'm for it.
Guys, here's the thing. You do realize it's going to happen. We're going to get the Anakin Skywalker versus Obi-Wan Kenobi moment with Eddie Kingston and Moxley, where Eddie Kingston going to say, if you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Yeah.
Well, John Moxley even said he knows that Kingston sometimes is a hard guy to really like, but he keeps it real, and that's what he appreciates the most.
Oh, and you were saying
Kingston 100%.
He's going to probably force Moxley to choose him or Blackpool Combat Club.
Truth.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see how that falls out down the line. But now, John Moxley.
Hold on 1 second. Owen wanted to say something.
Well, so I was going to say, because this doesn't just shut up the Claudio Castagnoli Eddie Kingston match, this gives reason for the Chris Jericho Eddie Kingston feud to continue because Eddie Kingston didn't get to humiliate Jericho. So
I said that.
Yeah,
earlier.
he did say.
And
Yeah,
also,
he did say that. Yeah.
And also, you got a sub-10 feud now. It looks like Ty Conti will finally see a wrestle more because now it's starting to be Ruby Soho.
I'm ready for that match. That match is gonna rule. There's a lot.
I think people forgot that Ty Conti can actually wrestle.
Bro, if you want a match that personifies professional wrestling, this Blood and Guts match literally had all of it.
Yeah.
Literally, there was some like Eric talked about this it was JJ on an open mic night who's in the chat right now who also said hopefully Dax doesn't injure his shoulder trying to carry all that gold on his shoulders, no doubt. But
yeah,
JJ also said on open mic night that AEW is kind of like a wrestling buffet, different strokes for different folks. I could be wrong. Yeah. I swear I thought I heard him say that. But this match...
You're right. He said that.
Absolutely the buffet here. Like, there was everything in this Blood and Guts. Absolutely everything. You want pro wrestling? Watch this match. This is must-see television.
I stand by it. The best TV match this year for AEW.
No doubt. Zero doubt. And even with the injury to Santana. Because the funny thing is, as sucky as it is, added to the danger of this match. It really did.
Yeah.
So, this ain't for the faint of heart. Now, get well soon, Santana, and not only not only from a physical standpoint, but please get better from a mental standpoint, as you were saying, Owen.
I was gonna say, please come back. Don't go.
Yeah.
Stay.
After this,
patch things up. Yeah, patch things up with Ortiz. Because I have a feeling he's gonna end up in WWE, and he's gonna be like what Walter is now. He's gonna be like what
I don't know if that would be the first place he'd go. I don't think we have to worry about that.
I don't even think they'd take him.
No.
We'll see.
If they don't take Kingston, they're not going to take Santana. There's no way.
Yeah.
They didn't want Kingston. They wanted him to be a teacher. Remember that?
Right. So I mean,
and I was
that
like,
picture is cursed of him in the
right.
That's
Dude,
horrible. It's so weird.
I agree wholeheartedly, Jack. Holy shit, it's so fucked. It's like, nah, this ain't the one. Chief.
Yeah, I just had a thought. What? Okay, remember how? Okay, Tony Khan revealed that WWE contacted them to do the videos for John Cena, and Tony Khan was like, "Okay, good. I'm the good Samaritan. I will be the bigger man in this. I will be the bigger man."
Exactly.
You want to know what I'm hoping Tony Khan actually does?
Go ahead.
What?
I'm hoping he calls Vince saying, "Hey, Vince, can I have one favor, though, from you?" And then we don't know what it is yet. He says he's going to wait for a surprise on podcast, and then Claudio comes out, and he shows the picture of Eddie Kingston in the WWE outfit.
Yeah.
As a teacher.
That's
during a feud.
Crazy.
Imagine what Eddie Kingston would do.
Bro.
You lose the shit. I mean, it's simple as that.
I would love it.
But
I'm ready for it.
But yeah, and again, Blood and Guts, absolutely freaking phenomenal show to bomb, and the match itself, that's professional wrestling, damn it.
No doubt. And real quick, before we get on to Royal Rampage, I think we do want to talk about this, but Jack, you and I wanted to talk about how stressed Tony Khan looked after that Pros Media Scrum, because, man, I don't think I've ever seen this man as stressed as I saw him after that. Like, he looked like he wanted to cry when he was like he was legit hugging people. I feel like for comfort because I think he went through a lot of crazy shit. When
him and Claudio.
Well, yeah. And Claudio was like, and Claudio is like natural to him. He was like embracing it and whatnot. But like,
he's like, hey, how's it going? You know.
But like. There were other people that were weirded out by it, but I think it was like he was trying to get some sort of comfort. I think I've never seen Tony this stressed. And that says a lot because you would think he'd be stressed in like Revolution, but he wasn't. He wasn't stressed during any other pay-per-view but this one, and that says a lot.
The one you would think he'd really be stressed at is that Double or Nothing because that was because of the MJF situation that went down. If it's real, anyways.
I mean, he was asked about it also during the post-media scrum, and he refused to, answer on it again.
Yeah,
as he should.
That's hilarious.
Keep the work going, brother. Keep it going. You're doing great. I love it. I love it.
Here's the thing. When Tony Khan did the hugs things, Dutch Mantel and Vince Russo were like, "Why are you doing this? Vince McMahon would never do this." And I was like, he has hugged people. It's just he's a two-faced.
He's a two-faced bitch, but yeah, he's hugged people. I don't know what you people are talking about. He's never done this.
Here's the thing. Here's what Vince Russo said.
Hugs, not drugs. Yeah.
Here's what Vince Russo said about Tony Khan hugging Claudio. You want to know what he said? And when I heard this, I was like, I feel sorry for her.
Go ahead.
You want to know what he said?
Go ahead.
Bro, what are we doing here? I don't even hug my wife like that. Stop it. Is he trying?
I did read that.
Don't hug your wife with love and affection?
What the fuck?
Like I told you all, Vince is about one thing and one thing.
No, Vince Russo.
No, not Vince McMahon. Russo. What the fuck? What did you just say? Wait.
Look, here's what Vince Russo wrote.
Oh my God. You don't hug your wife, bro? Are you okay?
Fucked up.
No,
that's pretty fucked up, man.
Yeah,
that's
It's like I feel sorry for your wife if you do not hug her like Tony Khan hugs his wrestlers.
Yeah,
I think we also give we should all go give Vince Russo's wife a hug after that.
Poor woman,
so
man.
Sorry for the woman that married him.
That's be the closest to affection she'll probably ever have gotten in the last 20 years because he's a man.
I mean,
not a real man, that's for damn sure. Anyway,
and here's the thing. I said this. I would much rather have a geeky boss than a ruthless two-faced one. And yeah, I'll admit, the hug was awkward, but it shows he loves this wrestling business. He loves the passion. He's passionate about this, and like you said, the stress factor might have contributed to that. Like he just needed something, a source of comfort. Would you rather have the man who would two-face his wrestlers and backstab them, or would you have a guy who's clearly overcoming with emotion?
Yeah.
I think the end speaks for itself. All right, let's wrap this thing up, boys, because we're definitely hitting the threshold as we move on to what literally just happened.
Well, before you do that, because I want Kuzan to give his thoughts on Tony being stressed, I'm going to read a comment from JJ himself. It's always stressful when you work with someone else, BW in this case. Always conflicting egos and ideas about what direction things should go. He was probably just glad it was finally over, which that doesn't bode well for this being a continued thing down the road, honestly.
Well, again, also, James, it was the most stressful thing to considering everything that's got ahead of him and all this other crap, then Twitter, blah, 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 blah.
And all the injuries,
So I feel like if they do it again, it'd be less stressful unless the Forbidden Door is a curse.
Well, hopefully it's not. And like I said,
Casey said it on the Daily Slam. You know, it was the best of the pro wrestling world, and that's the truth, honestly. Kuzan, your thoughts on Tony being as stressed as he was?
Well, like, it wasn't even like the fact of him being stressed as well. It was like the Jay White interview really like stood out a lot to me because like obviously Jay White's arm was like really messed up. Yeah. And they had the title holder. And, like, if you get the panned out version of it, Jay White's trying to put his title, like the IWGP title, the ugly one, trying to put it on the stand. And the crew are laughing at him. And like Jay gets really pissed.
Yeah,
like he starts hazing everyone.
Happy.
He starts hazing absolutely everyone. He starts accepting questions from people and then not letting them finish the questions. Like to talk to Tony Khan, and Tony's like, I don't want to be part of this, man. I just want to go home.
Yeah.
Like it was.
It gets uncomfortable.
It's really.
I've never seen Jay White do that.
And
it was really
it
interesting.
Not it like again. I think there can be. This is a weird thing because if this happened and it turns out it wasn't a work, we might then need to start worrying about the MJF thing. I'm not even capping because like that doesn't kick him out at that point. Like get him out there. Like I don't get that.
Yeah, by the look of this, because like even he wasn't like, oh, you know, like he didn't blame Tony Khan because even he said like, oh, you've been through a lot, you've been stressed, but like he seemed like in the situation, he seemed really, really pissed off. Like he's like, I've been working New Japan, I've been doing so much work to get us to this point, and you guys are laughing at me. It's like, give me some help. The guy tries to put the title like in the stand. No, he doesn't. He actually tries to give it to Jay. And Jay's like, I don't want it given to me. I clearly want it in this thing. Right?
Yeah.
And you can just like Tony Khan like stands up to put it up himself and goes, thanks, John. Yeah, thanks, John. Don't worry about it. You know? And like I don't know why he was like hazing everyone. Because I guess that's like he was just past the point of like being really angry. But he didn't seem angry at Tony. No. He just seemed angry at the situation. He's like, I don't know if that puts anything in jeopardy.
I hope not, but it's still like I don't know,
man. He even said, "Oh, maybe next time."
Maybe next time. I mean,
like I said, disagreement, annual thing. We'll wait and see what happens.
I hope. Yeah. I hope.
There are a few things I would like to say about this. So, the reason why you could also make an argument to work if JY's just or in the fact that the Fatal 4-Way did not go as planned and JY was probably very pissed about that.
Right?
Was he hurt for real?
He might have been.
Was Jay White hurt for real?
Dude, with New Japan, it don't surprise me.
Because his shoulder didn't seem to be working.
No, when I mean like how JY was so angry and whatnot, like I recall this, like and someone pointed this out. When he was first starting out in New Japan as the Switchblade, he one time was screaming at a press conference saying, "Someone get me a damn chair." He never sits in it.
Yeah.
Because he was selling something there. Trying to like command respect.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he was trying to channel all the anger he was feeling and was like, I'll make this for my character.
It really put into perspective for me the production value that goes into New Japan's like production for everything. Because you have people dedicated just to have one job to set stuff like that up, and then that becomes an expectation for a New Japan wrestler, right? When they went to AEW, they didn't have all that. They was just like kind of do everything yourself. And for Jay to not have that, it's like, this isn't good enough, bro. Like, you need to fix this. You know? And that's why I was like, ooh, I don't know if this is a work.
Yeah. What needs to be fixed that my autism couldn't comprehend?
Like the production value of like just so an example would be like in New Japan.
Oh, so saw
they take the belt off of you. Originally, when you come into the room, they take the belt off of you. They set the belt up. You sit down. They hand you a microphone. You didn't get any of that.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know, it really puts into perspective.
This is why I thought like maybe he's partially selling as a work because in New Japan he did the exact same thing, saying "Someone bring me a damn chair," and he just never sits in it because
that's fair. That's
like,
fair.
This should have been given to me right beforehand, but no one respected me.
I love how but it's weird because then he also like if it was a worked, then what you're saying is he didn't blame Tony either if it was a work. That's
yeah, because he's like, you know what, man? Like, look, it's not your fault. It's just
it happens.
The people you employ suck.
like shit went awry on the Pro Wrestling Roundtable. You would tell me this fucking same exact thing.
It is his responsibility. Even like Tony was like, I take partial responsibility for this. And like Jay's like, look, you know what, man, whatever. Like technically, it is Tony's fault because it's his company,
right?
And he's in charge of all that. But even acknowledge like, hey, I get you're stressed.
No,
so I thought there was a lot of story to be told there. Like there's a lot to take.
Take that and run with it as a work for sure. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
they should. I would.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got a reason for Jay White to come back to AEW and do some good shit. And
or even
honestly,
the story of like Jay being like, I don't want to come back here, bro.
Yeah,
I really don't want to.
Dude, him and Zack Sabre, you get Zack Sabre Jr. to fucking join in with that idea, and then like those two alone could sell that idea. Like they cut really good promos anti AEW. Like it don't matter if you're like, as long as it's a good promo to me, it's a good promo. Put them on TV.
You want to know the thing that will always stun me about Jay White?
Go for it.
He's 29 years old, and he hasn't even reached the 10th anniversary of his wrestling career yet.
He said that as well.
That's fucking
He's only wrestled for 9 years.
He's this good at 29?
Yeah.
Wow. And this is probably the most over he's ever been. This is probably the most over
he was getting
he's
other
ever been.
people to like bring up facts, you know, because people were asking him really dumb questions as well.
Yeah.
And they were like obvious stuff, and he's like, well, how many titles have I had?
He's had every single
and they were like,
title.
yeah, like, well, why? Like,
Bro,
come on.
He has had, like, to put in perspective what Jay White's accomplished in that company, he has held both versions of the current, of his time in as IWGP World title, version 4 and version 5. He's held the Intercontinental title, the US title, the Never Openweight title. He's held all 4 of their world championships.
Yeah, he's also the Triple Crown champion and the first Grand Slam champion.
Bro, he is not only is he the first Grand Slam champion, first Grand Slam, because the way Japan does their fucking shit, Grand Slam world champion in one company. That's fucking unheard of. It's unheard
And how
of.
long's this company been going around?
For ages,
This company's
bro.
been around since the 70s.
Yeah. Like, no, like, I'm not just talking about, like, multiple company. I'm talking about one company. Jay White is the Grand Slam winner from 4 world championships, rather, excuse me, in one company.
Yeah.
That's going to be a long time before somebody hits that accolade again.
But here's the thing. He was the first Grand Slam winner. The second was Hiroshi Tanahashi. Imagine if Jay White mocks Hiroshi saying, I started off losing to you, and now look where I'm at now.
Truth.
Essentially.
All right.
Well, yeah, but again, there's only one true ace of pro wrestling. We'll see if Tanahashi Jay White's visited through the G1. We'll see if they're at the ending. We'll see if that's at Wrestle Kingdom. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, let's finish this off since we're pretty sure we gotta go to bed. It's past
let's
dinner.
do Royal Rampage, which is the stream we did. That's the main event, boys. Noah, you're up if you want to do it.
I mean, what's there to say? We saw 10 men over the top rope battle between 2 respective rings. We still see the tension with Keith Lee and Sage for Strickland. We saw the tag team chemistry of Butcher and the Blade. We saw Bruce get involved and still make it personal with Penta Skiro as both men eliminated each other off the apron, but still with this mask off. And we're still building that feud with Lucha Brothers and Ego Monopolis de Faction. And in the end, it came down to what we didn't expect, honestly, when a lot of our favorites got eliminated. Like, Kazuchika Takeshita was a sleeper. Heyman Page was eliminated. Haas was eliminated. Orange Cassidy out of nowhere. He was eliminated. I don't think we caught necessarily some of the eliminations. But the way they handled this was, I thought, pretty well for what it was. And it came down to Brody King, Darby Allin, and the fact that he literally noose sleeper hold hang Darby Allin while on the apron in a sleeper hold to just drop him to the floor. Brody King wins, and we got our challenger for John Moxley next week on AEW Dynamite for the AEW Interim World Champion. And the winner of that will face CM Punk to unify the titles. For a match brought back out of a WCW idea once again, World War III, I thought this was very well executed and fun to watch, to say the least.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Can we talk about the bats of the night, honestly, for this Rampage? Chaos and the Young Bucks, man. Dude.
Yeah, specifically it was Yoshihashi and Hiroko Goto, yeah. Should have been them.
If you're going to talk about them, it's Fishamon. Get the name
Fishamon,
right. Finish up this,
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, you're welcome. Anyway, continue.
I love this match because, man, like, the two teams just gel so well together. And what an iconic moment, by the way. Like, the Young Bucks ending the match with a double springboard Meltzer driver. Man, I got flashbacks to Rey Mysterio doing that double springboard on Dean Malenko at freaking, Fall Brawl. That was crazy, dude. That was so awesome.
This was great.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. That was really cool. Like that, seeing that moment again, seeing the two rings utilized in that fashion again, brought me back some, man. That was cool. That was really cool.
It always will bug me why NXT never did that.
Yeah, but hey, what can you do? I mean, they might do it at some point. They still do war games, but they live. Whatever. Go ahead.
The only other, I mean, they didn't do a springboard thing, but I remember doing Ciampa, and I know this guy doesn't get talked about in a good light, but it still happened. Velveteen Dream, didn't Ciampa hit the Willow's bell onto the support thing that connected?
Oh yeah, that was fucked up. Yeah, that was a brutal spot.
That was a messed up spot. That really could have screwed somebody up.
Yeah,
I think it did screw Ciampa up. That's what was the start of the beginning of the end of his title run, wasn't it? I swear that was the match.
I kept hearing he was having neck issues. Triple H was trying to protect him, but Vince was like, "Let's triple your schedule because I got something to prove to Triple H."
Right, but that was the start of the neck issues. I'm pretty sure.
I think we did a little bit afterwards.
I think. I mean, I have a feeling it was probably the start. If I had to guess, it was probably the start of it. But it probably him working the main roster for that week is probably what really screwed it up. If he had probably not worked the main roster, working 3 wrestling shows, I think he would have been. I don't even think it would have been that big of an issue.
I agree.
So we also saw what that led to when it came to the damage that he suffered with his neck that almost took him out altogether.
Yeah, for sure. Is there any other match? Is there any other match that we're forgetting other than the women's match? Wait,
no. This Rampage.
Those are just 2 matches.
No, this Rampage was the Rampage Royal and just the 2 matches. Tony Storm and Tyler Rose, which was a very nice closer to say the least with those 2 working together.
Which is
Hook spoke.
Didn't we have Goto and?
No, we just talked about it.
Yeah, we just talked about it.
Yeah,
I completely blanked out then, sorry.
It's okay. I think we've been on here long enough. They're all at that point. While you guys were doing stuff, I was doing stuff in the background because I run 4 leagues. So I was just updating predictions leagues. But that being said, for what Tony Storm and Nyla Rose did, I thought the 2 had great chemistry together. It was really a good match where Tony Storm had to be resourceful to overcome Nyla Rose's power, and countering out an attempted Beast Bomb into a nice roll-up attempt, I thought was very clever because she couldn't lift her or connect her up with the Storm Zero. The whole thing right now is how do you make the Marina Shafir thing work besides giving her more work on AEW Dark or Elevation, as you alluded to, James. And it sounds like we're going to get a tag match with Thunder Rose and Tony Storm, who came out on Tony Storm's behalf, serving for the post-match beatdown.
I think I have an idea.
What's on your mind, Eric?
Maria Shafir to not rack up wins if you want that and still have her work to learn.
Yes.
AEW has connections since they are more inclusive.
Excursion.
Can I just say this? Because listen,
go ahead.
She has trained for years in NXT. She then left NXT. She then trained in the Nightmare Factory for months on end. She didn't get it that method. If those methods do not work, I genuinely don't feel like she should be on TV because she was selling terribly bad tonight. It was so obvious. Just it's okay that she doesn't understand it. Not everybody can do wrestling, but at that point, it is the promoter's responsibility and more so the talent, but in the wrestling company's case as a whole, the promoter's job to then recognize that and move on. You're releasing all these day one guys. She should be right in with those cuts. I'm sorry. She's not getting it. If she hasn't yet, she won't. I hate to be that guy, man, but it's like, how long do we have to keep giving Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke chances? Seriously. If they haven't gotten it, they're not going to get it.
I mean, Duke is doing her own thing, dude. She's gaming, so she's kind of like, not part of the,
right.
Not applicable to the conversation.
So join in with the game. Like, do that. Hell, if you want to still be in AEW and want to do something, run the gaming department over there with Uno and Cole. You're friends with Cole.
Yeah.
Do that. But, like, you're not... I hate to be the dickhead, but, like, there's no other way to put it. She's just not getting it, dude. I don't know what else you could do to get her to get it, finally, you know?
Maybe some time in the Indies would do some good.
She already has some times on the Indies. I think she's actually a champion for independent promotion, because I've looked at some of her independent work, and she does seem more comfortable in that environment versus AEW.
Maybe she just needs, like, a bit more just... Like... I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I think maybe what would be good is to give her some opponents that are gonna like give her a challenge, but aren't gonna really like make her feel out of her league,
right?
You know, and then you can upgrade her.
Basics approach.
Yeah, basically, and just more experience will do wonders too, probably.
I mean, look at the two matches with Sky Blue. Each one got better than the other, and Sky Blue was the aggressor in the second bout. But then Marina Shafir, she got resourceful and tried to her like a pretzel.
I mean, I guess I can't really talk because, like, it takes me a long time to learn new things.
Oh, so, like, tell me about your ring cred.
Well, I don't. I'm not talking about wrestling.
Okay.
Other practical things. I can kind of
put it out there. Being more proficient in any art or discipline you wish to apply yourself to requires time. It is not simply overnight, and everyone has their own pace in growth and development too. We both can agree that Marina Shafir,
that's what goes into it.
Exactly.
Time.
Shafir needs to dedicate more time to the craft. It's not like there's a deadline to how good you get, but there is a certain expectation you probably expect if you're putting them on TV. Keeping her on YouTube, keeping her doing her thing, that's fine. That is experience. That is growth and engagement. I think what James is politely trying to say is she's not ready for big, lime, mainstream showcasing on her own.
Learn from failure. That's the best way you can think of it. Learn from failure. Let her fail, and that's okay. It doesn't have to work.
Oh, sorry. I will say this, though. At least we can say she is not at the Eva Marie or Nia Jax level.
No, not at all. You can't even with her MMA background. She's already above both of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, we already have a threshold where we could go very low.
At least she knows when to kick out properly. That much we can give her. Even Jade Cargill has improved. Marina, not so much. Thank you, JJ. You summed up my thoughts there. Other than that, though, the great episode of Rampage tonight. I had fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we all did. I think it was a great night, you know. Good hour wrestling.
It was the
Hook
first.
spoke again, by the way, too. Hook spoke again. He talked.
He did.
Yeah. And again, a man of few words tells so much with the fear he installed in Alex Marvez.
Yeah. What was this environment that he was making? It like, I didn't get fear from it. It was something different. It was something definitely different.
I mean, Hook just laid back on a couch eating chips. What'd you expect?
I don't know if you could put that on TV, man.
I'm still amazed that they have not made their own branded Hook chips.
Yeah. Give it time. I bet you they will. Give it time. I mean, JR
if they do, let me, for the record, I want like $6,000 every chip sold. I want royalties.
Eric, you still are owed royalties according to what you've been telling me, and they have.
You did by first shoot created Swerve in Our Glory.
Yes, so I demand my royalties. I owed that at least.
Clip in San Antonio Con. See if Mega gets back with you.
There you go.
Or Harrison. I think Harrison handles the paychecks. I don't know. But I digress. With that being said, what a wild-ass week for AEW. What a wild month once again it's been for the professional wrestling industry too. Who for the good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a wild ass podcast we did tonight again too.
And speaking of that, let's do a rapid fire. Plug it! Everybody say plug!
We
plug
shall
at
plug
the
it.
same time.
Plug,
Plug.
Yeah, we tried.
Okay, that's enough.
Plugs. All right, there we go. Kuzan, you're the shortest one, so go.
Oh, X-Philo Kuzon X on Twitter and Philo Kuzon on Twitch, where you can see me watch old school wrestling and play old wrestling games.
There you go.
Nice.
Eric, go.
Follow me at Neo Reality ENT on Twitter. Go to my accounts such as Neo Reality Entertainment, Neo Reality Omni Gaming, Neo NRE The Wrestleverse, and Neo Reality Collective on Apple Podcasts and Anchor.fm. Be sure to check out all that content, and along with some future arcs, and also be sure to donate to my Patreon one day, hopefully.
Indeed.
And go and mass email Tony Khan that he owes me royalties.
Indeed. Yeah.
Good luck on that, brother. And your other adventures.
I will go next. Actually, no. You know what? I'll go last. So, Noah, rapid fire, go.
Folks, you want to know more about me? Know this. I'm just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. God bless the goodness and greatness of this industry, but I digress. Find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and in Foster1916 for all things wrestling. I'll be with JJ, the Renegade Williams, on the Jeff Meacham Network tonight for Hush Money in the Bank. Live commentary, watch-along, play-by-play reactions too. I'll be with Casey Gallagher, allegedly, on Sunday afternoon, pre-event discussing G1 Climax, all 4 blocks, and the opening couple days of action too. And I will also be back on the Daily Slam with or out Cairo, well, it depends, recapping and reviewing this AEW Rampage as well. And as I like to conclude, there are no winners, no losers, no betters, just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. And it doesn't matter what time of the day or what time of the year. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, and just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling too. It's as simple as that. Great working with you, gentlemen, once again.
Owen, go ahead. You're next.
I think he froze.
Why does this happen every time I say rapid fire plugs? This is a fucking curse. This is what it is. Okay, well, it's okay because I know what he's going to plug anyway. Check out Wrestling Fortune 44, where you will see this aired yet again, this entire stream. It will be aired once again on Saturday at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, since this was a joint presentation, so check that out. Also check out AEW Spark every single weekend. That is always posted on the channel randomly whenever it decides to upload and YouTube stops being a dick. Also check out his other YouTube channels, Owen the Talkinator and CM Brothers. And there he is, after I just got done with his plugs. This is the third time that's happened now, where I've had to plug somebody else.
I can't believe you soft-locked him. That's messed up, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, I plugged your stuff, Owen. Don't worry. I got you.
And just let the record show, I am not Danhausen. I did not curse that to happen.
Yeah, but I did plug your stuff, Owen. If you wanna totally plug it, you can. If there's anything I forgot other than Spark, this rundown, and your other 2 YouTube channels, let me know.
I mean, you can check out tomorrow because I'm going to be at Crystal Odds tomorrow, and tomorrow we're going to do retro. Well, that's going to be released raw at the AEW on AEW episode 2, in Boston. So
okay,
that's gonna be fun.
Are you doing that live or no?
What do you mean live? I can't go live on my channel.
Oh yeah, that's right. So you're pre-recording. All right, pre-record the video. Send it to me right after because I can edit it pretty quick.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
What? Send it. What, email you it or something?
Yeah, send me a link or whatever. It don't matter. Okay, with that said, everyone, yeah, FTW Productions, I'm the last one. Check me out on Jeff Meacham, along with Noah, and along with JJ, who's in the comments right now for Open Mic Night on the Jeff Meacham Network. We are going to be covering 6 big topics tomorrow night, probably around the same time that we started this podcast, around then. Depending on what time Money in the Bank gets over. So I will be there for that. Check it out. Also, check me out on youtube.com/user/jhebert95 or jhebertside95, excuse me. Check me out on Twitter at jhebertside95. check me out. Check my CAW Wrestling League channel out there, youtube.com/user/WYW Pride. And check out the last watch parties for anything else content related that's coming for FTW Productions, including these two boys here and a few of the others that joined us here tonight. We had two watch parties this week. We had an Indy Force this week. We had a Button Mashers this week. We are going to apparently be having a retro this week. We have AEW Spark coming and everything in between. So until then, I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been a hell of a presentation, and I couldn't think of a better group of people to share this with. It felt like old Pro Wrestling Roundtable days, but a lot less chaotic, even though we went for a hell of a long time. So with that said, I enjoyed talking wrestling with you boys. And until next time, we will see you.
All 5 days in the bucket, fuck it, you got a boss who's a jerk who doesn't throw on some Wu-Tang, bring the motherfucking ruckus, there is no pretext, we are living and we love it on a budget, never mind, we just nudge it to the side, give the kids a little time, we are living till we die, focused and we hustle, but we still be getting high, no exception to the rule, do what you do to get by, cause I keep ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my